Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet. With your host, it's Knick-Knack!
I am such a narcissist. I love the way my shit looks. That was awesome. Hey guys, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I am your host, Knick-Knack, hanging out with you guys tonight, and this is Knick-Knack Live. So happy to have you guys with us. We took last week off. I'll just be honest with you. We try to keep these on a 2-week rotation here on the Plastic Planet, our live streams. But we did take last week off, and it was total selfish reasons. Our football team was playing on Thursday night. Our Denver Broncos were playing last Thursday night, and honestly, it was probably the only game we were going to win all year. And got the win, and I'm not throwing shade at Jets fans because I think we have some Jets fans that are subscribers to this channel, so I'm certainly not throwing shade because we're pretty bad too. But yeah, didn't want to miss that one. So anyway, but we are. What's that?
I said, but we're not the worst.
Not quite. We're pretty bad though.
You're only as good as your last game, and we won, goddammit.
That's right. That's right. But anyway, guys, so we are live. We are back here on the Plastic Planet. It's so awesome to have you guys with us tonight. We got a ton of collectibles to get to. We're going to be talking wall-to-wall collectibles, and we're also later on in the show as well. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about 1970s and 80s classic sci-fi movies, kind of gearing up a little bit because it is Halloween season, and we're going to kind of wade into the water real gently before we get into the horror stuff, which will probably be in our next live stream. So tonight we're going to be talking about classic sci-fi films from the 1970s and 80s, and some of our favorite memories and some of our favorite preferences. And it'll be pretty much non-Star Wars. That's kind of the rule. The rule will be no Star Wars, just because for me Star Wars is a given. But anyway, we will get to that a little later in the show. But like I said, we've got some pickups to talk about. I've got some subscriber pickups to show you guys. We've got some brand new contributions from subscribers to show off some of their collections. We're going to be getting to that. And but first, a little bit of channel business before I get way into this. Just to remind you guys that this live stream is on Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet that you're watching on right now. To help me out with the algorithm, I have I'm not keeping these live streams officially published. After about 48 hours here on Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet, they go over to the sister station or sister channel. I love thinking I'm a broadcaster. They go over to the sister channel, Knick-Knack Live, after about 48 hours, and they're all archived over there. So if you go on this channel's page, you'll see a link to Knick-Knack Live. And if you want to catch a past live stream, you can find them all archived over there on a playlist that just says past live stream. So anyway, so this will live on the channel for another 48, maybe 72 hours. About Sunday, I'll move it over to Knick-Knack Live, just to let you guys know. But anyway, and so glad to have all of our repeat viewers that watch this on repeat as well, because there are a lot of you guys, and we really do appreciate you guys, even if you're not able to join us live. But yeah, just happy to have you guys here. And so anyway, before I introduce the panel, I wanted to do 2 quick shout outs. Our good buddy following Freddie's not going to be joining us tonight. He just wanted to say hello. He's got some stuff going on, but he wanted to say hello. And I also just wanted to do a little shout out to, and I don't think he watches this, and I don't think he watches my channel too much, but he's helped out my channel enormously in the past. Jesse Garzo over at the Mos Eisley 1/6 scale community on Facebook. It's a 1/6 scale Facebook group for Star Wars fans. It's all Star Wars 1/6 scale figures, mostly Hot Toys, Sideshow, etc. But I just want to give him a shout out because Facebook groups are really like, some of them are like real pissy about you posting your videos on their stuff, even if you're a member of the group and you participate and you're active. They're still piss ants about you posting your videos on their Facebook page. But Jesse has been just extremely awesome and cool, and I just thought it was overdue to give him getting a shout out here on the channel, because he's a really cool guy and he's got a really cool Facebook page. That's Mos Eisley 1/6 scale community on Facebook, so go check him out. Anyway, I got my panel with me tonight. Trav, our good buddy Trav, hasn't been able to join us. He's got other commitments on Thursday nights. Maybe he'll join us later in the live stream. I really hope so. But he's got father duties, and I got to respect that. But anyway, my panel is here. AV Club is with me, and so is Uncle Pat. Let's first go to AV Club. AV Club, how you doing tonight, bro? And what are you drinking tonight? Because it is happy hour here on the Plastic Planet.
Oh, doing great, man. Just very excited about the discussion tonight about 70s and 80s sci-fi movies. Is the season, so I'm drinking some pumpkin ale. some pumpkin ale brew, Headless Horseman there. So
Yeah.
like I said in past videos, I'm an easy target for just the art on a beer can label. So it got me. So it's pretty good, So ready to talk some sci-fi movies and some collectibles with you guys.
That is awesome. That makes me that kind of gets me in the mood to watch the Disney Sleepy Hollow. That's such a good little cartoon story. That's one of the Headless Horseman. It's one of my favorites, man. How are you doing, Uncle Pat?
Yeah, that is classic.
Yeah,
It is. It's one of my favorites. But I also just recently watching the Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow with
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Yeah, which I thoroughly enjoy. It's fun. It's iffy. It's got Christopher Lee. You can't lose. Even though he's in it for just a brief hot second. But
Yeah.
Ian McDermott and all those other. I mean, dude, it's just filled with amazing actors.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, and I'm doing good. This is my favorite month of the year. Some people love Christmas or Easter. Not me, man. Halloween, 100%. This is Halloween month. I'm excited. And I'm hoping that when we do this next conversation, we do a little horror conversation. Because I'm a huge horror fan. So
why don't you show everybody at home your awesome vest?
Yeah, dude.
I think folks have seen it before.
Well, you show it again, man. There's always new people.
All right,
That's
I'll try
what it is.
to.
There's always new people.
But as you can see, it's an Ash versus Evil Dead theme. If I can turn around here, I'll give you the back shot.
That's awesome.
It's just I've got a little bit. I've got the Henrietta pin over here. Then like all of the from Ash versus Evil Dead season. My S-Mart. Shop S-Mart tag. So it's growing. I think it might turn into a more of a horror theme fest, though. I want to expand. I got too many loves for horror movies, so why keep it to just one? Maybe spread it out a little bit. So
that's pretty awesome.
I imagine you get. I can't imagine you get nothing but positive compliments when you go out in public with that thing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, even my dog's named Ash, so I'm a huge fan of the Evil Dead.
That's great.
Too, right? You have my Day of the Dead.
Awesome, dude.
I'm drinking a little margarita, a little
nice.
Margarita. So
Nice. Well, I am just drinking Bud Light tonight, and I'm actually probably still half hungover from our last live stream 3 weeks ago. I didn't realize I got off our last live stream, and I didn't realize how much I drank. I had no idea. And I went upstairs, kind of laid down on the couch, and I realized about 5 minutes later, I was so drunk. I went and woke up my wife. I laid on the bathroom floor. I had tiles on my face. And then I didn't realize how much I drank. And I came down the next morning, and I'm also in my workspace here, and this is like my work desk that I'm sitting at, and it was covered in beer cans. I had to get it. I had to go to work. I had to get all this shit out of here because I had a Zoom call with my boss in like 20 minutes. I had to knock all these beer cans off, and I was hungover as hell. And I didn't even know how much I drank until I looked at it. I had a full, like a 12-pack of Miller Lite. And it was like one of those bad word problems when you're in elementary school. It's like a Miller Lite container comes with 12 cans. Knick-Knack's dumbass drinks 9. How much is left? So anyway.
Do you all see what this man is doing for the Plastic Planet?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's get the subscriptions up. Let's go. Tell your friends to subscribe.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake. So I'm trying to not drink as much tonight because that was a mistake. Honestly, guys, this is the only time I really drink alcohols when we're doing the live streams. I really don't drink too much outside of this. So, Boy Scouts honor, I really don't. Anyway, let's go to the chat. It was blast. It was a great time. Well, let's go to the chat real fast because that's the real stars of the show, our subscribers and our viewers, and especially people who are in the chat. And let's just take a look at that right now. We got Maverick is in the house. Maverick is here, and so is Dark Onan. Thank you, Dark Onan, for joining us again, buddy. Good to have you back. And he says, Dark Onan says we were talking about football just a minute ago. He says, could be worse. You could be a Buffalo fan like me, 4-time consecutive Super Bowl losers. Well, Dark Onan, not to talk football, but you guys got one of my favorite quarterbacks, Josh Allen. I went to the University of Wyoming, and so I have all kinds of cowboy pride in him kicking ass for you guys. So congrats on that. I kind of wish my team would have drafted him, but we'll see how Drew Lock does for us. Anyway, not to talk football. We'll get off that subject. Ginty is in the house, and he says Buffalo's looking good now. And Danny, Ninja Master Lee is joining us tonight. How is it going, Danny? Good to have you with us. And yeah, guys, awesome. Oh, Kev's Matrix is here too. What's up, Kev? Kev's a good guy, man. Love Kev. And yeah, man. So yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. And Paul McGrath is in the house, and he says I drink daily, and I don't doubt that with Paul. Paul seems like a Jack Daniels man. He really does. But I could be wrong. Maybe a whiskey guy. I don't know. But welcome. And Packer Brewer Paul is in the house as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. All right, well, guys, we got a lot to get to, and so let's just get on it right now. We're 11 minutes in, and it's time to get down to business. And we are going to start off with new pickups, and let's start off with subscriber pickups. And we actually have two not new subscribers, but two new contributions to subscriber pickups. And so hopefully I can pull this up for you guys and share this with you guys. Sometimes this gets a little temperamental here, but let me just see if I can get it and pull it up. And hopefully you guys are seeing that. Let me narrow this window up a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better at what I'm looking at here on screen. And this is Danny, the Ninja Warrior Lee's Transformer collection we're taking a look at. And look at those masterpiece Dinobots. Now, those are amazing.
They're fans' toys.
Nice touch with the comics in the background too.
No doubt. He's got the old Marvel comics back there behind him. Now those that is God. I want to venture that is like $1,400 worth of Dinobots there. Easily.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Are those all fans' toys, or are those some Giga Power, Gigasaurs, or whatever? I don't know.
Did you hear me, Knick-Knack?
Yeah, I heard you. What'd you say? They're all fans' toys? Okay.
Yeah, fans' toys.
Okay, well, they are incredible. I love the way he's got his sludge there posed up, and his slag, and obviously that's not their product names because of copyright issues, but that's what I'm going to call them. And I love Swoop there. That Snarl, that Grimlock, just looks great. That is a great looking shelf. So I just wanted to get right to that. And Danny Lee says all fans toys. Luckily got them when they were retail. So very nice. Yeah, you go on eBay now and try to get these. Holy shit.
Yeah, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I'm serious. You could buy a used car for as much as that collection is right there.
Well, I will say this: if you do want like the Grimlock or the Snarl, you can find those. I'm pretty sure you can still find them at like Big Bag Toy Store or T-Formers or TF Source. You can still find them for like their retail price. It's not cheap. It's like a couple $100, but you can still find the others though. Yeah, good luck. Sludge especially, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted one bad get the original lineup, but
yeah, I want a Gigasaur sludge or a fans toy sludge pretty bad myself, and I don't know if that's going to happen. But I'm late in the game, unfortunately. But yeah, really damn cool. So anyway, let's get on with it. We got a couple more to show off from Danny Lee here, and let's get on it. I got a nice shelf view of it of his stuff right here. Hopefully if I can get it to go here. It kind of sucks. I got to go in and out of here to pull these up, but there we go. Hopefully. And yeah, so there we go. So you can see how big they are. That's like a standard bookshelf there we're looking at. And he's got his Gigasaurs up top there, his Fans Toys Dinobots up top there. And then look, he's got a nice, awesome. We'll show it a little closer here in a second. Nice, awesome Combiner, Devastator, and Jetfire down there. And you guys can see that's a really nice shelf. He's got his nice Decepticon shelf there. He's got a Galvatron Cyclonus. He's got the classic Seekers, Thundercracker, Skywarp, and Starscream. And that almost looks like that Soundwave almost looks like a Sound Blaster. It's black, not blue.
Sound Blaster,
yeah, pretty awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. So that's a great looking shelf, and that's a great looking overall. It's a great looking collection. And I've got a couple more close-ups of Danny Lee stuff to show you guys here. Let me just get on it just a second. And yeah, here's one more of Danny Lee's before we move on. And again, this is just really, really cool, man. Sorry, guys, 1 second. And there it is. And again, like I promised, there's a close-up of that Devastator. I don't know what Devastator that is. It looks like it might be a modded one. If Danny Lee could let us know. I don't know what kind of Devastator that is. It's amazing. And is that the Jetfire there? Is that a Fans Toys, Uncle Pat? Do you know that one?
I don't know. He'll have to. So Danny Lee says Toy World for the Devastator.
Okay. Oh, the Devastator's the Toy World. Okay.
Yeah, Jetfire though. Could be.
What's that on the left? Is that Robotech on the left?
Oh, is that like Gundam or Robotech? I'm not sure.
Jetfire is Advanced Toys. Danny confirms.
Okay.
I'm going to say it looks Robotech to me.
Yeah, really awesome.
Sure,
Really
Danny
awesome.
will
Pretty cool.
pipe in on that one as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, Robotech and Macross. So
Yeah. Really damn awesome. Yeah, Dark On says, I want all WFC Siege Earthrise, affordable and better for handling, not so scared of breaking them, and they don't take 6 years to transform, no sweating and swearing. Yeah, there is something to that. I love the Earthrise or the Siege stuff is really, really good stuff. I'm a little bit of a figure snob, unfortunately, and I'm really hooked on these third parties, man. They are just absolutely incredible. So anyway, that is Danny Lee's stuff. Thank you so much for sending that over there, by the way, Danny Lee. I really, really appreciate it. And I apologize I didn't get back to your email till tonight. Kind of got snagged down on my inbox there. But I really do appreciate you sending this over, bro. Those are really, really good. Now, our next one tonight, we got one more. We got another collection to show off. And this is from our good buddy, Dark Onan, who joined us last week. And he wanted to get these up last week, but I can't. I got to put them in a PowerPoint to share them. I'm terrible at multitasking, guys. Terrible. So, work with me here. But yeah, he's got a couple really, really nice, cool pictures of his collection. And let's check that out right now. If I can get to the right tab. And yep, you guys are seeing it. This is really badass. And this might need a little explanation. I don't know what scale this is, but he's got like this little like action figure arcade there. I mean, there's got like a stand-up joust machine. There's a Mortal Kombat in there, a Street Fighter, and there's vending machines in there. Look, there's a Coke machine next to Iron Man. So really, really fucking cool. So I don't know if that's like 6-inch scale action figures. I'm not sure what the scale is on that, but it's really, really cool. So you've got a change machine. Isn't that awesome? I love that. That Coke machine. I actually saw a real Coke machine exactly like that on Craigslist marketplace, and the dude was selling it for $100. I wanted to go get it, but my wife wouldn't let me. Kim wouldn't let me. She totally vetoed it, man. She's like, "You're not buying a vending machine." I'm like, "Honey, what?" Like, well,
$100 though.
$100 for a vending machine. I don't know if it worked or anything, but I just thought it'd look so cool down here. But again, it was like, I think they're really, really heavy. I think they're, God, maybe, I don't know how much a vending machine weighs, but it's got to be like 1,000 pounds or something. And I don't even know how I'd get it here, but anyway, that's really cool. I didn't mean to go off topic there, but Dark On, that is really, really cool. And Dark On says it's actually a handheld Coke radio. That's fucking cool. That is really cool. I take it that's like a retro kind of toy, but that is really, really cool. I dig it. Yeah, I really dig it. And he says 1/12 roughly, 1/12 scale roughly. So there you go on the scale. So that is really, really, really cool. And he also says Dragon's Lair is in there, and so is Defender. Effing cool. Yeah, that is really damn cool. So got a couple more picks to show off to you guys, and then we'll move on. But these are really, really fun, and I really do appreciate you guys sending these over to me. And Dark On, I really appreciate you firing these over to me. They're really, really cool. So let me go to the next one, and this is still Dark On's collection, and we are getting some more bots, which is awesome. And let me see the share screen and share this. Okay, and we are back. Or I'm back. And so he's got some really, really cool. I think these are like what he was talking about just a second ago. And I got some really nice War for Cybertron Earthrise Transformer collection there. That is really, really fantastic. I love those. Looking really good. I've got that Jetfire myself. That is absolutely awesome Jetfire. And it passes, in my opinion, for a masterpiece. I mean, I've got it displayed with my masterpiece Transformers, and I think it looks absolutely epic. But and then he's got some kind of power. Is that which Power Master Optimus Prime is that? I know it's maybe from Power of the Primes, maybe. I'm not sure which line that came in. I'm not real adept at like modern Hasbro Transformer lines as far as like, I collect a few here and there, mostly the bigger bots. So I'm not as literate on that as I should be. But, I don't claim, one thing with, I know I have a collector YouTube channel. I never claim to be an expert, guys. I never claim to be an expert. But that is a really, really cool Power Master Optimus Prime there. That's really, really freaking cool. So, yeah, that is awesome. So let's just do one more. And this one's really cool. Uncle Pat, you're going to like this last one from him. Dark On says that's a custom Takara Power Master Prime with upgrades and G1 PMOP rifle. Sweet. Okay, so there you go. That's what it is. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, thanks for clarifying. Again, I don't claim to be an expert, guys. I really don't. So anyway, but let's check one more from him. And this is really cool. Uncle Pat, you're going to dig this a lot. And it really kind of feeds in to our theme tonight, as you guys are aware. Share screen. I almost killed the stream clicking around here. It's Jesus. All right. There we go. That is what is that? What is that? Buck Rogers?
That's Buck Rogers, dude.
Fucking cool. Yeah.
Had one of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is this a retro toy or is it like an AMC model?
I'm pretty sure it's a retro toy, dude. It looks like the vintage ship that they had when we were kids. I mean, he'll confirm in the thing, but yeah.
Yeah, that is fucking cool.
I had two of those. They didn't look like that, but I had two of those growing up. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in years. I think maybe a friend had one. I might have seen yours, Ryan. I don't know.
It's a kit. He's saying it's a model kit, but
okay, it's a monogram kit. Okay, yeah, I thought it might have been a model kit.
Yeah, I mean it looks a lot like I remember having the toy too, that the 3 3/4-inch action figures they had.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, I knew you like. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, Uncle Pat's gonna think that is so money."
Oh, I'm a big Buck Rogers fan.
Oh, I know you are. Aaron Gray, right? Aaron Gray.
Oh, dude.
Bitty.
Yeah. we saw Uncle Pat and I saw Aaron Gray at Comic-Con back in 2007. Still beautiful, so beautiful.
Still got it going on, huh?
Oh, it was 13 years ago, but yeah, she's.
But that's a long time after Buck Rogers.
Yeah, I know, right? No, she's a beautiful lady, and I'm sure she's a very sweet lady as well. Yeah. I got to throw that in just in case my mom's watching. You know.
Yeah.
She is so effing fun.
Well, no, my little short story, Knick-Knack, is.
Yeah, go ahead, please share.
I met her. God, I can't remember. Maybe 20 years ago. It was before we saw her at Comic-Con. Just at a little convention out in Texas. And I was living out there in Austin for a bit, and it was just some little convention and I saw her at the table. You know, and of course, again, she was my crush when I was a kid, man.
Beautiful.
Colonel Wilma Deering. Yeah, just super fox. And so I went up, talked to her, and she was really nice. And she was showing me her. She had all these different pictures you could pick to get a signature on. I mean, I got mine, of course, as Wilma Deering, but she had one even from some made-for-TV movie where she was getting backhanded by some guy, and it was just fun. It was just talking to her. She's very nice, personable. She was kind of telling me about what was happening in that particular scene, and I have nothing but love for her. She was top notch, and and it was kind of funny too because the guy sitting next to her was, I don't know if you guys remember Babylon 5. Do you remember that Sci-Fi show? There was a guy on that, sort of more handsome younger guy. He was totally hitting on her the whole time. Really? He was next to her. It was just I was watching him, and he was totally hitting on her the whole time. I don't know, just
awesome. That's awesome. Good story, man. That's a good story. That's a good story, man. So anyway, we got one more to get to tonight. One more collector's collection. I'm sorry, and that is from our good buddy Steven, and this is Steven's stuff. And let me do the share screen and share. There it is. So he's been on a lunchbox craze lately, and he blames me for that just because of some of my lunchbox videos. But he got this awesome 40th anniversary, which is supposed to be sort of a reproduction of the old vintage one. In addition to that, he got 2 read-along records, original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back read-along records. I have talked about endlessly. I have just completely, masturbated over those on this channel. I love those so much. No, I mean, seriously. I mean, we grew up in the age, when I was really little, and I grew up in, and you guys too. We didn't have VHS. I didn't have a VHS VCR in my house until I was 10 or 11 years old. And so if I wanted any kind of Star Wars fix when I was a kid, these read-along records were it. And so they're very, very, very special to me personally. So he picked up a couple of those. So I'm always throwing the love for the old read-along records. I mean, you at least listen to them now, and they're kind of cheesy, and the way they kind of comb over the movie is pretty funny. But they still had all the music and all the sound effects from the films, and even some of the voice work was still pretty impressive. So even though it wasn't the original actors, still good stuff. So anyway, that's really, really damn cool. And then we have one more from him. Want to show? Yeah, I want to show this one. This is pretty funny. This is cool. It's also a lunchbox that he shared. And check it out. This is obviously from like, I'm guessing this is, from season 2 of TNG. And it's interesting to me which characters they put on. They put Wesley on the lunchbox. I mean, I'm not going to throw shit I'm not throwing shit at Will Wheaton, but back in the day, he was, so obviously they were going for the younger crowd.
He's like ninth in the pecking order of the show. That is
weird.
Right.
I just thought it was
he's a kid
choice. But he's a kid.
He's a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think it would have been like Riker or Worf or maybe been Deanna Troi with her big space booby outfit, but no, I mean I understand. I understand why they went that way. I do, but it's interesting. I just thought it was an interesting lunchbox, and it was an interesting graphic design on that. And also, around the time that lunchbox came out, I would have been in middle school, and I wouldn't have been cut. And even though I love that show, I would have been caught dead with that lunchbox.
No.
Not at that age. No, it wouldn't have been. That no. I wouldn't have like toted that around, in the middle school.
That's a small window when you could rock that lunchbox.
You could not rock that in 7th, 8th grade, man. That's when that's when you took your lunch. You took your lunch in a nondescript paper bag.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Yeah, that is good stuff. So anyway, really, really cool. Oh, Ed Five's in the house down under. Danny is here. And he's been buying some lunch boxes too. So welcome, man. Good to have you there, bro. So anyway, let's get to our pickups now. It's time for our pickups, and let's go to AV. What have you got this week? Because I know you got something that you actually ordered this off by Star.
We talked about this last time or a couple times ago. It was the Autobot symbol we ordered off Etsy. So beautiful. I'm going to be putting this in the garage on my parking spot in our 2-car garage, and that'll be let me know I'm home. So
that is freaking awesome, dude.
I think it looks pretty cool, man. It's really well done. This cost about $35 total with shipping and everything, and it's sturdy as heck, and I'm very happy with this. This is great.
That is beautiful. That is really, really cool. And of course, you're still waiting on that Iron Studios Iron Man. I'm telling you, dude, delays. You're kind of a noob with collecting higher end items.
Yeah.
And I keep telling you, delays aren't necessarily a bad thing because it means they're making it look really good. I think typically, don't you think, Uncle Pat?
You bet. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Why not?
Love Uncle Pat. Sounds legit. Yeah, I love Uncle Pat. Dark Onan thinks you need to get a Decepticon logo. You can put that on the wife's side of the garage.
Yeah, I don't think that'll
Yeah, Mav loves the red shiny finish on that too, and Danny Lee is also impressed. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, no, I thought that was $30.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it's
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. How about you, Uncle Pat? Any new pickups this week, bro?
Well, not this week. Well, yeah. I'm trying to think when I got it. No, they're all last, but just since the last time I was on, a few things. Let's see. I'm not going to get them all down and out and show them to you.
No, you don't need to. Just let us know, man.
Yeah, the reason too is that you need to come over here and we need to.
Oh, we got to do that room tour. We keep saying it. We're going to do it.
Show that shit off then.
Just COVID's kind of thrown a big loop and everything, but yeah.
So I got that Skylinks, the Earthrise Transformers Hasbro Earthrise Skylinks.
Which, by the way, I did a really good video on, and only 50 people watched it. So go watch it. Not now, but go watch it. My God. No, I did a great
piece though. Wasn't that a lot of fun? I mean, it's
a great piece. It's a freaking awesome piece. So yeah, no, I did a review on that. I did a review on that one as well. It's a really good one. Oh, One Man Toy Show is in the house. Brad, what is up, buddy? Love Brad. Brad is a good YouTuber, and I love it when he joins us, man. So welcome, man. So anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. Also got that X-Transbots Scourge that we talked about a while back. That came. That was it's a really nice piece. Again, transforming those damn things.
Oh, right.
Ship mode. I mean, he wasn't too hard. As they go, he wasn't too hard. And he's got some neat details. We'll show him off later. Yeah. So that guy's cool. Then I think the big thing that came was my Mandalorian the Mandalorian.
Yes, your Hot Toys Mandalorian.
The Hot Toys Mandalorian figure that came. He got early shipment, so I paid the price to get him sent directly as opposed to waiting, and got him set up. And yeah, we'll have to talk about him.
Yeah, we will, man. We will. What were your initial thoughts of it? Now, another YouTuber, I'm not going to name drop, another YouTuber I sort of follow said that was one of the best Hot Toys figures he's ever seen. What were your thoughts?
Okay.
Really? Yeah, okay.
No, I mean, to say he's the best, I mean, that to me sounds like sound bites, but I'm I won't throw any shade per se, but
no, we're not throwing shade. I just was throwing out an opinion, man.
Fine figure. It's
okay.
fine. It's
okay.
Totally
okay.
really, really nice. Is it the best side? Is it the best one I've ever seen? No. I have some criticisms on it. Head's a little small. A few things like that. But I think if we take a good hard look at it, but again, it's a Hot Toys figure, so the quality's there. I think like I was mentioning to you the other day, and maybe this is a conversation for another time. The price point thing.
Well, yeah,
really starting to stick in my craw. I'm kind of tired of spending that money.
Yeah, we'll get to it in Buy Squatter Pass. We'll talk more about that in Buy Squatter Pass.
Right.
Because you'll have ample opportunity to air those grievances. But I just put this up. One Man Toy Store mentioned a One Man Toy Show. I'm sorry. And if you're not a subscriber to One Man Toy Show, you should definitely go over and subscribe to his channel. He's a good guy, and he's got a cool collection. And but don't go right now. But later. Later.
Hold.
Hold. I just want to throw him out.
It's funny though, right? Knick-Knack that he says that. Like,
yeah, I know.
Experience.
Yeah, because I saw him. I got mine through Amazon. I picked up. Here's the box. He's actually all set up. I reviewed him already. But I got him. Here's just the empty box down here. I'm just sitting amongst trash here, people. I'm like a hoarder. But anyway, but here's the box, and I picked him up through Amazon, and I went over to Target. Like we live pretty close to each other, and we shop at the same Target. And I saw like two at the same Target on a Sunday afternoon, and I called you and I said, "Dude, they got Skylinks here. You should come get them." And you went over like 2 hours later, and they were fucking gone.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Paul's mentioned it was $60 on Amazon. That's where I got mine for that price. So it was a good price. And actually, it was funny because it was that night, like after I went over, and that was a big bust. I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna get it. Yeah. It'd be nice if I could go to the store and buy a freaking toy from time to time. But
it's been bleak lately, man. It's been a little bleak. Danny Lee says Mando is a little hard to pose. What do you think? Is that right? Accurate?
I would say yeah. He's and that's kind of the problem. It's like you don't want to move him too much, and they don't recommend you move him too much because how he's. And again, I feel like these are statues. I don't know why they bother with posability, because if you move them too far, you can break it. And they warn you in the freaking instructions, like don't force it.
No, they do. They do. I know, like my Ben Affleck Batman, Justice League Batman. There was all kinds of like all over that. I was like, don't try to put him in a ninja pose like he's saving Martha Kent. You're gonna break him.
You'll break him.
So
toy.
Yeah, well, let's move on. We got a lot to get to, and I got my pickups and real fast, and I will review this on the Plastic Planet. I'm not getting them out now, but I picked up. This is another I love knockoff Transformers. I'm such a bastard. I just keep buying them. But this is a knockoff Takara Bumblebee and Spike in Exosuit. So I picked this up. I got this off Amazon, and I used credit card reward points. Those are helpful. I used credit card reward points and got this for $14. So awesome, really awesome. And then, of course, as you guys probably know, if you're subscribers, and if you haven't watched this video, please do. Not now, but later. Please watch this video. I'm kind of proud of this video. It came out fun. But I got the two black hole figures, Maximilian and Vincent. So look how good these guys are. Right? They're just beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. And this sort of ties into what we're going to be talking about later as far as vintage sci-fi. Oh, shit. His stand went off. Shit. Anyway.
And by the way, that video, that was one of the funniest videos you've ever done, in my opinion.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
I mean, the Space Doctor and Cobabot, that was fantastic.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, everybody needs to check it out. Not now, but, check it out.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the plug. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, it was a good time. It's a good time. And Copabot is here joining me tonight, although he's turned off. He's not going to be talking much, but he's joined me tonight in honor of that video. So I appreciate it, man. So yeah, those are my 2 pickups. And also, and we're going to be doing a little science experiment tonight, guys. Check this out. I bought this Dino World Mega Grow egg. And so we're going to grow this tonight here on the channel. And I don't know how long it takes. I think it might take like several hours. So I don't know if we're going to get results on this tonight. And maybe
all the way, baby.
We're going to do this tonight. So this is the Mega Grow. There's a dinosaur in this, and we're going to grow it. And you know what? If I don't know, we'll see how it does during the course of the show here. And I'm trying to take screw it. But anyway, we're going to submerge him in water. I got a cup of water here, and we're going to submerge this dinosaur in the egg, and he doesn't even floats. Well, anyway, so we're gonna see how this guy's doing at the end of the show. Don't let me forget. I might forget. And I'll give you guys some updates on Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet on Facebook as far as our new live stream baby. And we're gonna grow him and love him. And Copabot here will be his nanny. And we'll see how this goes. So anyway, so there he is. He's sinking already. Look, he's already sunk down in the water.
And, water in there?
I don't know, but it's too late to go fill it up.
This could tie into the Halloween episode.
But anyway, so we're gonna check in on our new dinosaur baby in a little bit, and but we're gonna put him aside. But anyway, this is fun stuff, guys. This is the extra mile I go to here on the Plastic Planet for you guys, So anyway, so those are my pickups this week, and let's go to the chat real fast. And see what is going on with everybody. Paul McGrath says, "Is that Maximilian solid plastic?" Yeah, I mean it's pretty plasticky. There's no die cast on it, if that's what you're asking, Paul. But it's nice. I mean, it's beautiful. Again, I did a review on it, but just for the sake here, it is beautiful. And I love all the little hand saws he comes with, and he'll fuck you up, man. Maximilian's awesome.
The extra head, dude.
What's that?
The extra head with I can't remember the doctor's name. The mad scientist that ran the station in the black hole. You see his, remember at the end? You see his eyes.
Yeah, that movie goes way like Stanley Kubrick on your ass at the end.
Oh, it does at the end.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, it's nuts that it's associated with Disney. It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
it's a dark twist.
We'll talk about it later.
And another thing about black hole.
Let's see here. Dark Honest says there's a site that collects all the old Christmas wish books. Oh, I remember those, man. I was flipping through them. So much fun. Prices so cheap back then. Yeah, you know what? I remember those so well, man. You'd open them up and and I love like the photography they had. Like you'd go and you'd see the vintage Star Wars stuff, and they'd have it like some photographer would lay them out on in a sand and take pictures of like Falcon and shit, or like on like little like snow glitter. When it was Empire Strikes Back. So cool. I remember that stuff. You also remember was also so classic about those, especially with like Transformers. You see those in catalogs. The photographer really didn't know what they were doing with them. And so you'd see like Hot Rod or whoever, or a Sideswipe or whoever would be like half transformed and all like mutilated because the photographer didn't know how to transform the toy before he took it. You guys remember that? I remember like being a kid and like, God, these idiots don't even know how to transform the damn thing.
No, that'd be fun to be a fly on the wall during those conversations. Like, I don't know what the hell this thing's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's like
adventure.
Yeah, it's like Friday afternoon. It's like 4:30 on a Friday. And like, fuck it.
Ah, it's up here. Let's get out of here.
Print it. It's fine. Fuck it.
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
Yeah, no shit, man. No shit. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So anyway, all right. So anyway, let's get to my favorite part of the show, and it's time for buy, squat, or pass. And we're gonna be. I got a number of. I've got a whole screen entourage of collectibles to show off to you guys that are pretty new and available for pre-order in most cases. And so let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it right now. And I get a little feedback from someone there. Just FYI. Let's see here. Let's start out with all right, so let's start out with this is sort of a big one. Came out this week or pre-ordered this week if I can find it again. Sorry guys. Where is it? Sorry Joe. Sorry guys, one moment. It's like right on the edge here. What the hell happened to it? All right, well, okay, we'll oh, there it is. I just saw it. Sorry, guys. Someone juggle.
Boring.
I know. Okay.
All right,
All right,
man.
let's
That's all right. We'll get it. You'll get it.
Let's start out with this. Let's start out with this guy. This is not the figure I wanted to start out with, but anyway, this is a Darth Maul 1/6 scale Hot Toys figure, and it is brand new from Hot Toys, $260. And this is obviously based off of his appearance in the Clone Wars, the last season of the Clone Wars. Looking pretty cool. It's definitely a different look for Darth Maul. There he is dueling off with Ahsoka there. He's got the different lightsaber blades and everything. And I don't know if he comes with that giant prisoner block, the whole Hannibal Lecter prisoner block thing. Oh, he does. So cool. So there's that. And there he is there. And let's see if I can get to what I like on the Sideshow site or on Hot Toys in general is just when they show you all the accessories put together. So I'll just kind of scroll through here sort of fast to get to that. There it is. So anyway, $260. I'll start off. This is a pass for me, although it's very cool. I'm just sort of like in an ilk right now with Star Wars where I only want to collect Lucas era Star Wars collectibles, sort of, if that makes any freaking sense. I'm not throwing shade on the Clone Wars. I enjoyed it, but it's just sort of where I'm at as a collectible. So it's definitely a pass. But let's go to Uncle Pat. What are your thoughts, man?
It's a pass, but isn't this still Lucas era Clone Wars? I mean, isn't it from the Clone Wars, right? But that this not the shitty whatever last season.
This is from last season.
Pre-6 and forward.
This is from the most current last season of Clone Wars. Yeah.
This is from the most current.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's it. I mean, it looks. I mean, of course, they tried to take as much from the previous one that they did. It doesn't look like. I mean, I think if you're going to do a live version of like a live action version, shouldn't it look like Ray Park?
Yeah, exactly.
Ray Park to me.
Yeah, that's overwhelming thought I have too. It's just like it doesn't. The face, they didn't get the face right.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's just it. It doesn't do anything for me. And again, when you're paying this kind of a premium, man, it should do everything but jump out of the package, give you a handy.
Yeah.
Maybe you could. Maybe you could pose them. But I don't know. Yeah, big pass from Uncle Pratt.
No, it's pretty cool. How about you? AV? I'm sure it's probably a pass, but what do you think, man?
Yeah, it's a pass. Like I said, the face looks off. The face almost looks kind of bloated. So it looks, and like the actual expression they got on the face, it doesn't look as menacing as Darth Maul should look.
Right.
So I just that's way too much money for it. It just seems like.
And the only thing I can say that would just to sort of caveat that, and I totally hear what you're saying, is that maybe because it's like supposed to be like a hybrid between live action and the animated Darth Maul, it's sort of there's some creative license there, maybe.
It doesn't work. His face looks kind of bloated. Like even in the cartoon, his face looked like much more like
it was more gaunt.
Yeah. More thinned out. This is like he's just like been gorging himself on cookies or something. I don't know.
You're saying looks like me?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. I didn't say that either, man.
I'm putting words in your mouth, bro.
But it just I mean, $260 and it needs to look like Ray Park, to Uncle Pat's point.
Yeah.
Or more like the and now I guess I haven't seen after maybe I think it was the 4th episode I stopped on the most recent season.
Yeah.
Of Disney Wars. Maybe that's it. He looks more like that. Did you watch it? Did you watch the whole thing? Okay.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I did.
All
right, so this is the big figure that got previewed this week. This was what I was originally looking for. I wanted to lead off with. I have so many tabs I couldn't find it. $235. I'm really curious where Uncle Pat's on this one. I think it could go either way. I think this is really damn cool. This is one that Trav might get if he was here. He might be at least a squat on this one. I'm a squat. I'm sort of like, I don't know. I'm really like, it kind of depends. I don't know. So it comes out October 2021. So wow, that's that's a year from now. Never mind.
Yeah.
Still 2020. Jesus Christ. We're
We're in the third year of 2020, by the way.
It feels like it. It feels like it. I do like that a lot of these, and I know a lot of collectors don't like this, but I do like that a lot of these Hot Toys are getting pushed out because it like gives you an opportunity to flex pay on them, and so it makes it more digestible, versus if this came out like next February, because I got so much shit I'm getting already next winter, that this would be maybe something I wouldn't consider getting as much. But this is definitely a squat for me. I like it a lot. Oh, let's look at it. I'm sorry, guys. Let's look at it a little bit. Where the hell? There it is.
I don't know. Is there really much to see here?
Sure. So there he is, and he's got all the knee pads and stuff. Now this is obviously from The Mandalorian. I think this is this from the flashback scene, if I'm not mistaken, when he was a little kid and
when he gets recruited, basically.
Yeah, when he's hiding in the bunker.
Says.
Yeah, I mean you can see a super battle droid sort of in the forefront there, it phased out a little bit. So yeah, it's a Death Watch Commando Mandalorian trooper, basically, right?
Yep.
There's the accessory page. How much was this guy again? 235, I think. Let me
235.
Okay, 235. Great. So anyway, there he is. Oops, went too far. So anyway, there he is. Uncle Pat, what do you think? Buy, squat, or pass?
I'm gonna say squat, leaning on pass.
What if you like really love this next season? I know you're like really. I'm hesitant too. Like I want to get a full life-size Baby Yoda, man, but I want to wait and see what they do with this character first. We're not going down that road. We're not going to have that discussion right now. But I'm just saying I'm really waiting to see what the next season is before I commit to buying high-end collectibles from it.
What if they give Baby Yoda like the voice of Gilbert Godfrey? What would you do?
So that's what I'm worried.
Would that be like, nope, it's over. I'm not buying any more.
I can take a joke as well as the next guy, but probably. Well, hey, what do you think, Uncle Pat? Buy, squat, or pass, bro?
Well, I said squat. I think it's a squat leaning on pass. It's, I don't know. Again, like when we're talking about this kind of coin for a background character, I mean, literally, this is like, and I noticed that all the ones they've come out with for the Mandalorian have all been. I mean, it's easy for them to do a repro of, right? They can use like Boba Fett's helmet and some of his gear, right? It's not too much of a stretch to, repaint or remanipulate some of the pieces to fit a new mold.
Right.
Yeah.
You're such a fan. You're such a fan of this character design, though.
Well, I was. But again, I think I can be a character. You can be a fan of the character design, a fan of what Boba Fett was, Jango Fett, the Clone Wars stuff, and maybe this Mandalorian stuff. I did like this most of season 1. But again, I don't know, man. $235 for a background character. Where's my, I mean, shit. You give me a Cardoon or my Action Jackson. I can't remember what his name was, right?
Character, right?
They had great characters in that. So why are we're just getting repaints, man?
That's
what it feels like to me.
Repaints are the name of the game, man. If you're how many Iron Mans are there, man? I mean,
a freaking ton, right?
We got one of those on the docket here tonight. But Paul McGrath says Baby Yoda starts eating mayonnaise. I think that's a joke at me. It's sort of an inside joke. Everyone knows my hatred for mayonnaise, so yeah.
So I think it's I mean on this figure again, I can see myself in the past. I'll get on a tear and I'll spend a stupid amount of money on this shit. But as of right now, I'm kind of like, oh man.
Well, the good news is I think you got several months you can squat on this. I don't think it's going to sell out on just Squid or anything.
It won't. It'll be pre-order for a while. This is also very bland. It's background scenes. Flashback. Maybe we see more of this in season 2 that might get people fired up. But as it stands today, man, it's as much as like the heavy armor Mandalorian. Cool character design, right? You only see him for a hot second, though. It's hard to get excited and spend that kind of money on a character. It's literally just background,
right?
Pretty background piece,
right? And by the way, guys, I love the chat chiming in with Buy, Squat, or Pass too. I'll try to get those up. I'll try to put your opinions up as well. We want you guys participating as much as possible. So awesome. Love that so much. What do you think, AV Club, by squad or pass?
I've been going back and forth on it while you guys have been talking about it as well, just like my perceptions of it. If you go back to that first picture, it just it does scream blandness to, about it. The first, I don't know, maybe that wasn't the picture, but that's okay. That's okay. And I looked at it a little more and I kind of liked it, but then it's like, when you watch The Mandalorian, a big part of the show is like the status of getting new armor, and it's like, this guy doesn't feel like a Mandalorian to me, it's just like, he just seems like, bottom of the pile, it's just, it's just like, he just seems, bland is the word. And I really don't care about this character,
Well, he's a member of Death Watch, so that doesn't, not to get really nerdy and really doesn't that make him a true Mandalorian though? And the true Mandalorians were a little different than the Mandalorians portrayed in the Mandalorian show. Am I not mistaken? Am I mistaken on that?
Yeah.
No, because the Mandalorians get wiped out by the Empire for the most part, right? Mandalore's taken over. They get pretty much killed off, and it's so they start to keep the sort of their belief system alive. They change it by, sort of adopting these kids and making them honorary Mandalorians, right? With their, this is the way and this code, right? So, I mean, that's cool how they do it. And this would be more, to your point, Knick-Knack, this is more like, it's like, it's just like a military uniform, right?
Right.
It's not going to be flashy. It's not going to be pretty. It's just, it does a job, signifies rank, and that's about it.
It just feels like a basic stormtrooper.
Yeah,
totally does.
Well, that's the point. Like I was reading. I'm in all these. I know you guys aren't in all these groups, but I'm in all these collector groups on Facebook. And there was some of the discussion on this figure was like, oh my God, army builder. I mean, could you imagine buying more than one of these? But teach their own, of course. But it's everyone else's money, not mine. But but I think that's sort of the point. Is sort of like a like sort of an army builder kind of character.
I do want to piggyback. Sorry, Avi. I want to piggyback on what you were saying though about the blandness. I think where this fails, and it fails in the character design level, not the Hot Toys figure, is man. It's like it's a drab green, blue green, gray pants and shit. And if you remember the Clone Wars cartoon, the Mandalorians, the Death Watch, they had a little bit more pizzazz, right? There was reds and there was blacks and there was like contrast. When you compare this to a Stormtrooper wins because it's like black, white. It's like powerful imagery. This is like, man, he could blend into the background. He's like a khaki pair of pants.
Yeah, he does. He does look like a guy in Mandalorian armor about to go into a Casual Friday, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now I think he's cool. He's a squat. I don't know if I mentioned it, but he's a squat for me. Again, I'm just kind of waiting to see how. I really want to see where I'm feeling at the end of season 2 at this show. I'm not throwing shade. I love what I see so far out in the Mandalorian. I'm with you, Uncle Pat, though. I have my I've been burned already, and I'm still like, dude, I'm still walking around a little butthurt from The Last Jedi. I still am, and so anything Star Wars has just got me a little on the defensive, and I'm not willing to commit premium dollars to Disney Star Wars at this point because I've got a ton. Well, not a ton, but I've got at least 4 sequel figures upstairs that I really want to sell. Hot Toys figures because I gave it a chance. I gave the sequels a chance at one point and they burned me. So I'm sort of, and then again, we're not going to go into that. That's so old hat talking about that, but that's where I'm at with Star Wars. So, right now I only really collect, I'm like a purist as far as Lucas Star Wars goes. Episode 1 through 6 basically is my collector's zone for Star Wars at this time. Right. Just is what it is. So it's a squat for me. I'm not saying no. And the thing is, like, I might see the whole, like, Mandalorian season 2 get really on board and then be too late to get in on some of these figures, but specifically like the Mandalorian himself. But I'm sure they'll come out with 7 versions of him. I'm sure they got me covered. But yeah. So anyway, well, let's move on. We got so much to get to. Let's go on to our next figure here. And let's see here. What do we want to talk about? Yeah, let's talk about this while we're talking about Star Wars. Let's talk a little Black Series. And I got to tell you guys, Black Series, I'm just going to go first. I like him so hot, cold on Black Series. And you guys know, if you're a fan of my channel, you guys know I am like anything Luke Skywalker I usually buy. But this is a pass for me. I know it's Hasbro. I know it's only a 1999 figure, but kind of looks like shit. Look at the way that poncho fits on him, man. I mean, again, you're dealing with a smaller scale, so soft goods sometimes can be problematic. But I hate when soft goods look like a dress, and even in the production picture, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a rag for a second. Even in the production,
he's the prettiest girl at the ball.
No. I'm just saying, even in the production picture, the lightsaber's bent. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Even in the production pic, the lightsaber's bent.
Yeah.
Well, Knick-Knack, some guys' lightsabers will bend a little to the right.
Yeah. I mean, why gotta be so judgmental, man?
Anyway, man, I go on these like hot cold spurts with a Black Series. Like I'll go and buy a bunch of them, and then I'll stop buying them completely for like a year or two. And I don't know, man. They're weird. They're a weird scale to display in my collection. They don't fit anywhere. I don't really collect. I used to be a big 3 3/4-inch Star Wars guy. That was, everyone who's a collector probably at some point collected 3 3/4-inch Star Wars figures. And I kind of, that's the if my collection was a house, 3 3/4-inch Star Wars is the basement cement. That's the foundation. And I don't really display. I still have all my 3 3/4-inch. I don't really display them. And I have a bunch of Black Series that I bought over the years, in spurts, and I bought a bunch recently, but it's a pass, man. I'm not going to waste any more time on it. It's just a pass. What do you think, AV? What do you think, AV?
That's a pass. It's a hard pass. Even though it's only $23, it's still a hard pass.
Yeah, Uncle Pat, what are your feelings on Black Series, man? Just to get it out.
Oh, just the Black Series in general. Unnecessary. Like you see some of them are cool, but for the most part, it's like, why am I going to collect? I've got all these figures in awesome 3 3/4-inch scale, which some amazing figures, or I've got them in a 12-inch scale. Why do I want 6-inch too? That seems redundant. Like I don't need another scale. Get it out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I agree with Dark On, and I love that quote. Sometimes they're awesome, and sometimes they're like a dry fart. Agreed.
I don't know. Sometimes a dry fart's pretty awesome too. So,
yeah,
makes you feel a little better. You don't got the wetness down there.
Yeah. Agreed, man. Agreed. So anyway, let's just get that out of the queue. Let's just get him out of the queue.
Yeah.
That again.
Yeah, and dude, don't get me wrong, dude. I let me just get this out of the queue completely, so I don't accidentally hit on it again. All right, so we're talking Black Series though, and I'm gonna tempt Uncle Pat with a Black Series figure.
I doubt it. All right, let's get that.
Don't mock yet.
He wagged his finger.
I'm gonna tempt. I did wag the figure, man. I did wag the finger. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Now I'm gonna disagree for spite.
I'm gonna tempt you, dude. And now I can't
fucking find it in your tabs.
Now I can't fucking find it in my fucking tabs. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Oh, sorry. It's sorry. It's Hasbro Pulse. That's why I couldn't find it. I was looking for Big Bad Toy Store. So here it is.
I know what you're gonna show me.
Here it is. Hang on. Share screen. Okay, sorry. One more second. Okay, I got it now. Sorry. Here it is.
Oh God.
Come on, man. This is a Black Series Jar Jar Binks, dude. And it looks actually pretty damn good.
The funny thing, Knick-Knack, is we were, I think we talked about this. I would want this despite all you Jar Jar hating motherfuckers out there. So that's the only reason. I mean, I love Jar Jar, and I got my Jar Jar here.
I feel like
still sucks, but dude, I would take that great Jar Jar thing and grab it. But the problem is, stupid Hasbro Pulse released this shit in such a small release. There's no way you can get it unless you're like hawking them.
He might
drop.
Yeah, you're right. He might be already sold out. I was just saying. I'm saying this. So
if everybody hates Jar Jar so much, why are they all gone?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, he's a buy for me if I can ever find him for retail price. He's a buy.
Maverick says Jar Jar needs Hot Toys love. Damn straight he does. That's a Hot Toys figure I would buy. Period.
Yeah. I tell you, man. I tell you, dude. I tell you, Jar Jar is Jar Jar is like if Jar Jar was like a NFL player, he'd be comeback player of the year. Yeah. Oh, Mav's got to take off on us. He's going to bed. I would like to bring up a Drama Strain and Solaris for great 70s sci-fi films. Have a great night. Very cool.
Yeah.
Good taste. That man has good taste.
Good call.
That man has good taste. So, Uncle AV Club, what do you think of Jar Jar here, man?
I hate Jar Jar. That's a pass. If somebody, if somebody gave me $30 to put that in my house, I'd say no.
Oh, man.
I hate Jar Jar.
Oh, man. Harsh, my friend. Harsh. I love him. I think he's cool. I think he's cool. I think it's cool. It's a good looking figure too. It's just a good looking figure, especially, you got to give Hasbro love when they do something good. And Ed 5's got 2 ordered already. So there you go. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he looks cool. And, already, and he ordered the Bobo as well. And look, Paul McGrath pre-ordered it as well. I think we're still talking about the Jar Jar there. So he has no self-control. Paul McGrath's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of Jar Jar.
On the flip side, though, you do have a supporter here. Kev's Matrix says, Misa, no buying this. So, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So we'll move on. Lots more to get to, and lots of fun stuff to get to. So yeah, appreciate you guys hanging. We're at the 1 hour mark. We got a lot more to get to in Buy Squatter Pass. So let's just keep going. We don't want to be here all night with you guys, although we really appreciate you guys joining us tonight, by the way. That's just a little segue to thank you guys once again for joining us here on the Plastic Planet. And thank you everyone in the chat as well, and anyone who is still hanging with us, watching this on repeat. You guys make this show each and every week. So let's get on it. Let's keep going. Let's hear, what should we look at next? Okay, let's just stay in the Hasbro Pulse area. This dropped last week. I want to thank my good buddy Packer Brewer Paul for making me aware of it. Always appreciate that. But here it is. This is the Razor Crest, boys. This is a Kickstarter, much like the Sail Barge was. It's exceeded its backer amount, so it will be produced. They needed 6,000. They're at the time of this. I'm on their website now. They're at 10,000. I think you have up until November 9th to reserve yours if you want a HasLab Razor's Crest ship, which is very cool. I like it a lot because it has a lot of Old Republic prequel nods in it. And of course, we're talking about the Mandalorian ship from the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And let's hear, you guys can kind of see the specs. Again, this is prototype, so there's no color here. It's about 20 inches wide. It's 10.5 inches tall. This is, I believe, 3 3/4 inch scale. And there you see the Mandalorian himself in the cockpit. Beautiful freaking ship. It comes with a Baby Yoda, it looks like. And looks like it's even got dudes in carbonite maybe in the cargo space there. That's such a nice throwback to the vintage Slave 1 if I ever saw one. Again, I think this is $300. I'm not even seeing a price on this right now. $350. Okay, fair enough. $350. Let's just give you guys a couple little picks here. I'm just gonna keep scrolling. Look, he's got his weapons cache there. That's pretty badass. Full on what does it even come with? What is that, a bathroom? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's a toilet right there.
Fuck, that's cool. This is a cool ship, guys. This is a cool ship. And again, this is one of those that, like, if I end up really loving this show, I might have some, as they say on the afternoon television coin collection shows, order now and avoid future regret. And they have it on this one. I'm a pass on it right now, but I might regret it if I really fall in love with the show in the next couple seasons. What do you think, AV?
It's a pass for now, but I love the Razor Crest. That's awesome. It's just such a nod to the Millennium Falcon as well. It's just like it's not pretty, but it's practical. It's got like a handyman's like truck feel to it. It's like every single inch of it is used for something. It's very efficient. So I love the Razor's Crest though. But it's a pass for me.
Yeah, Kev's Matrix has a good point. Damn pricey, but the barge like tripled in value after sold out at HasLab. This is one you could buy. This is a ship, honestly. And I wish our buddy Trav was on because he's really into the wheeling and dealing end of collecting. But you could buy 2 and probably pay it off by selling the second one, because you could turn around maybe, and I don't want to encourage that kind of behavior. That's not why I collect personally.
Like by during the peak peak
you
Mandalorian
could
season.
reserve 2 and then turn around and sell the second one and probably make back all your money on the first one.
Yeah.
You could do that. I know guys did that with the sail barge. Again, that's not something I want to really encourage. I'm not really down with that kind of behavior, but you could do that. What do you think, Uncle Pat?
I'll say this though, Knick-Knack. The sail barge was an iconic ship that every kid wanted when we were little kids. A lot of people didn't know about the production run when it was happening until it was too late. The aftermarket value there is based on different. I don't know that this will do that. Again, we got to see what the second season does. And this is also Disney Star Wars, man. So as much as cool as it can be, as we enjoy it, it's not like, again, dude, I love Mandalorian stuff. You know that. I got my giant standee Boba Fett in the closet over there. And I'm sitting here going, well, it's cool. Is it $350 cool? That's the big question. And I think that's
it looked pretty
right. It's kind of like,
it looked pretty cool on your detail, bro.
I don't have any room down here anymore, anyways. So
We can wedge it. We'll
but
wedge
I mean,
it.
that's it, right? $350, man. $350 is nothing to sneeze at, and it's a 3 3/4 inch ship.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's pretty. It's pretty.
A squat. Now I think if I'm not mistaken, you have till November 9th. So the good news is that you can watch a couple episodes of season 2 before you make up your mind, and then you can maybe buy in or not. Can't see the whole season yet, but again, I'm just so tentative, man. I'm just really tentative to jump in that pool, at this point. Again,
Well, I think it's this too, right? I think this is the important thing as collectors we should all be asking ourselves. Is it really something that I'm that into, that I love that much, that I'm willing to put down that kind of coin for? Because there's going to be another cool thing that comes out shortly, right? So, A, I think you never buy it for investment. That's stupid because it'll always blow up in your face. But B, like, is this really what, like, Knick-Knack for your collection, is this really what you're into?
no, it wouldn't fit. It would.
We don't do 3 3/4 inch anymore, dude. Our stuff's good way.
As my collection is right now, it wouldn't fit. I bought the 6 inch Black Series Snow Speeder last summer, and I did a review on it on the channel. And even that's sort of an awkward fit in my collection, to be honest. I mean, I love it; it's good. I'm not shitting on it, but it's sort of an awkward fit in the collection, to be honest, because so much of my Star Wars collection now is really 1/6 scale, really. And it's a weird fit. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I have it. I'm not really saying I don't have buyer's remorse or anything, but But anyway, I don't know.
I would throw this out too, that part of me too with this stuff, Hasbro, again, there's a cost to make these kind of toys. So I understand the initial price point, right? If you're going to do any kind of production run, they need to meet a certain amount of money to cover costs for a little bit of profit, right? But they've kind of blown their original run out of the water, and I think they'll probably double their production numbers or buy-ins. I could have seen, I also kind of look at it too that you guys could have done a little bit of a price break there after a certain mark. I mean, I know people are buying in, so I don't know, man. Again, I have a real problem these days with cash grabs by these companies for collectible items. For us dumb assholes that like to waste our time and money on plastic crap, I always feel like we're getting taken advantage of, and that's what this feels like to me at $350.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
it's my opinion, right?
It is. I mean, you saw the detail. You saw the level of detail on it, and
Sure.
the mark. You got to be a capitalist about this in some sense. They'll only charge what the market will dictate, and obviously, the market dictates that price point. I don't know, man. But I hear what you're saying. I'm not.
We're not smart with money.
What's that?
Collectors are not smart with money, dude. We spend money on things way more than we should for various reasons, right? So, again, that's where I think we could have a long discussion I won't get into now on, yes, it's capitalism, and I absolutely understand why they're doing it, but there's a point, too, where we as collectors, maybe we shouldn't support that kind of behavior. Just a thought.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Maybe I'm too serious. Maybe I need to drink another beer.
I don't know, man. It's all valid, dude. It's all valid. And at the end of the day, dude, I don't want to be like, there's other YouTube channels over there that seems like all they do is fight about toys. And don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to name names, but I don't want to do that. But I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. As far as the logistics of toys and companies and things like that, there's a lot of that going on, and it's sort of silly. It really is silly. But anyway, all right, let's move on and buy Squatter Pass. And let me move on to our next item, which is a little more. Okay, so this is I think this is also sold out, and I found it. This is on eBay. This is on eBay. I couldn't find this. Maybe I just didn't look too far. I was just doing, I'm just trying to put together the stuff for the show, the lineup, everything, all my ducks for the show. So I didn't do too far research on it. So maybe it's out there somewhere. But this is not what I wanted to share. Sorry, sorry guys. Yeah, that's what I want to share. Hang on a second. One more. Sorry, guys. There it is. Okay, so this is, I think this is another Haspulse, and our good buddy Packer Brewer Paul, to shout out him, maybe aware of this too. This is a scalper price. Do not buy this. It's ridiculous. This is not. I think it's like 60, 70 bucks. But it's really cool looking, and I can't really zoom in on it too much because it's on eBay. It's not going to let me. But anyway, it's the Quintesson Pit of Judgment, and it's based off War for Cybertron, but it's very, very reminiscent of Transformers the movie. It looks like you got Krennic down there, getting his day in court with the Sharkticon bailiff, and then you got a Sharkticon there in the pit and the Quintesson. But all that's cardboard. All that whole diorama is cardboard, I think. So you're not really getting that. That's cardboard. You're just getting
packaging.
That's your packaging. It's nice packaging. So you'd hate to open it, but it's beautiful. It's a total pass for me. I think I would rather just collect the Quintesson individually. And obviously, again, don't buy this. Do not go to eBay and buy this, anybody. This is total scalperness here, and we don't support that. But anyway, so it's total pass for me. But I just wanted to show it off and get your thought on it, especially Uncle Pat. I wanted to get your thoughts on this.
No, I mean, I saw I think Hasbro Pulse did a whole video and stuff on the guys that created the packaging, right, for this pack. I mean, I'm definitely a pass, because for the Quintesson, I'm buying it from that X-Transbots Quintesson. I've already got my pre-order down for that one, and which is gonna be 1,000 times better than the Hasbro one. But I mean, it's super cool. I mean, I dig what they're doing. It'll be interesting to see what retail price is and how that shakes out. Who knows? It might be cool. Is that the Alicon that comes? It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it's a little.
There's a
weird.
Sharkticon in the bottom.
There's a Sharkticon in the bottom. You've got the Quintesson Judge there, and you also have the Sharkticon Guard, which is a little different Sharkticon, as well as obviously the Quintesson Judge himself.
Right.
So.
Oh, I see the Quintesson Judge there. It's just
it's cool. Look, it's cool. There's a lot of callbacks there to Transformers the movie. They hit you in the nostalgia strings on this one. Again, it's a pass for me. But what do you think, AV?
Yeah, it's pass, but you're right. It's the the whole entire setup is very nostalgic. So it's nice, but that's it's a lot of money for what.
Well, again, I think it was $70 originally.
Yeah,
and this is another item that just sold out. I don't know. Someone in the chat. Someone in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. I do never claim to be an expert here, guys. I'm a collector just like you guys, and I just also like to have a YouTube channel as well. But I don't claim to be a expert by any sense. So feel free to always correct me in the comments section of not only the live stream but also in my videos as well. Let's see here. One Man Toy Show is chiming in. I'm hoping to find the Quintesson by himself in stores. I agree. Me too, because that's like $35. The Quintesson's like $35.
I would be in the same boat. I don't think we'll ever see him.
We may not. I saw him. I didn't get him. I'm stupid.
But, are you sure you saw him, or did you see there was a different version that they did, which was more cartoony, like their other line that wasn't Earthrise?
Maybe it was a different version, but I thought it was the Quintesson. I thought it was this guy and the Quintesson here. Honestly, I think it did. I think it was $35 at Target. I didn't get him. Tell Brad, One Man Toy Show. He's a great guy. Tell him what you think of the third-party version of the Quintesson that you're picking up.
The third-party one? Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm over the moon with that one. I mean, it's even got electronics. You can have the head spin, and they do voice. They make voices and stuff. And then I got my Scourge. The packaging inside had the Quintesson Judge. They're also coming out with him from X Transbots. So I can't wait for that one. I love X Transbots. I love fan toys, and I'm excited for those for sure.
Yeah. Good shit, man. Just good shit. All right, well let's get this out of the queue and move on. Really, really cool. Anyway, don't go to eBay and buy that shit. I'm not condoning that. Just don't never overspend for this shit, man. That's the one thing. No, seriously, it's the one thing that if I could say. I mean, I say this, and I overspent a little bit on my black hole figures this week, but I mean, don't overspend on this stuff, man. Never get scalped. It's easy.
What if it's the company that's scalping you? What if it's Hasbro that's scalping you?
Sometimes it feels that way, doesn't it? Right? Sometimes it feels that way. Well, we always talk about a collector tax. Like there's a collector tax, Sometimes it feels that way. I know. I get it. All right. Well, let's move on. A lot to talk about here, as I said before. All righty. Let's talk about this. I love showing artwork off because we have an artist here, and he's a very accomplished artist. And I'm talking about Uncle Pat. But I love showing off artwork. I love to hear what you have to say about it. This is a lithograph on Big Bad Toy Store. It's $44.99, and it is a I Feel the Force Luke Skywalker lithograph with Darth Vader looming in the background. This is pretty cool. I don't know if I'd buy it. It's probably like a squat to a pass for me. But what do you think, Uncle Pat? What are your thoughts on this?
Can you zoom in at all? Can you click a larger?
Probably not. It's Big Bad Toy Store, man. They don't let you zoom into it. Let me try.
Do you know who the artist is?
Brent Woodside.
I'm not familiar with him, but
I Feel the Force lithograph from Acme Archives is inspired by Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back and features artwork by Brent Woodside. This lithograph is limited edition to 250 pieces and hand numbered. $44.99. That's pretty good price for something like that, I would think.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a great price to get a high quality print. That's signed and numbered and numbered. So I mean, if you really like the artist, I mean, that's a pretty solid piece for a good price. How big is it? Oh,
let me see.
Let's scroll down a little bit.
Let me see. It's 20. It's 18 by 24. That's respectable, right?
No, that's great. I mean, again, I think if you really, I mean, it's a nice looking piece.
I can tell you, it's a squat leaning on a pass for me. Where is that for you, Uncle Pat?
Oh, it's pass.
But you're not a big I'm a huge Luke Skywalker fan, dude. I just like Luke Skywalker. Anything Luke Skywalker, I'm like, but just, I admit it. I own it. So there's bias there. There's always bias with some of these things. So there's always bias on this show. What do you think, AV Club? Probably a pass for you, but
this is a squat, But I mean, I think for you, man, this might be like a nice background piece to your if you have like a Cloud City setup. Yeah,
because I don't have enough background pieces around here.
I don't know, but maybe it just
I hear you. Yeah,
it's a very good complimentary piece.
It is. It's beautiful. It really is. Like I said, it's a squat leaning on a pass for me, but I think it's pretty cool.
I do too.
I don't like to show off too many stuffs and buy squatter pass, but since we have Patrick here and he is pretty accomplished, I do like to just to get his insights on some of these things.
So like Brian Woodside, but
what's that?
Not like Brian Woodside. He has an exclusive, 250 print through Big Bad Toy Store, signed and numbered.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, I like to give Patrick some props on this. Yeah, you recently sold like 3 pieces for over $1,000. You're a professional artist, so I'd like to get your input. So
thank you.
You undersell yourself. You're such a bitch. Don't undersell yourself.
No, he really is. I mean, he really is an outstanding artist.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say I was a bitch.
No, I said you're such a bitch because you undersell yourself. Yeah, I give you a compliment. You're just like, I'm okay, guys. I mean,
when I feel like I've made it somewhere, I'll take compliments in stride. But right now, I'm nobody, and I'm working to be somebody. But
you're somebody who sold 3 portraits for $1,000 recently. Yes, but still, those Universal Monster pictures you did. So somebody was willing to spend $1,000 for 3 pieces of your work is pretty incredible in my opinion.
4 pieces of my work.
Okay, 4. Still $250 each. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Paul's awesome. I love Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. All right, so let's move on. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass Uncle Pat. Let's go on. Let's see. Oh, this is fun. And might get this to this if we have enough time for a pop culture book report here at the end of the show. But this is fun. Look at this. Rick and Morty. Now I'm noticing Sideshow is actually listing some things that are a little lower in price on their website. Like forever, Sideshow was like you couldn't buy anything there for under $150. But I'm seeing more and more things that are kind of reasonable there. And I'll get to this more in pop culture book report if we have time. But I just recently started watching this show, believe it or not, and I am hooked on it. And this is just really freaking cool. So this is a firm like squat for me. Look at that. That is awesome. This is a firm squat for me, but I really like it. Yeah, it's just really cool. And I just love this show. It's so damn creative. And it's hilarious. It's just the writing. Very few shows in this day and age, in my opinion, have the level of brilliance that this show has. And what was that?
Yeah,
okay, different accessories and everything.
I really need to watch the show. I've never heard anybody say a bad word about the show.
No,
I need to get on it.
You'll love it.
No,
it's weird. That's why I did the same thing. It's like I remember seeing it and I put it off. I'm like, oh, this looks dumb. This looks, I don't know, what is this? And I put it off, and then finally just one night was like, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot. And I'm like, holy shit, how did I miss this for 3 seasons?
I know. I just started binging it the other last weekend, and I was gonna say this is pop culture book report, but fuck it. But anyway, I was gonna start binging it, and I didn't have any way to watch the back seasons of it because Comcast kind of sucks, and so I asked my son if it was streaming anywhere that he knew of, and he said, "Well, Dad, I bought the DVDs like 2 years ago." So my son bought because this is not a show for kids.
No.
But my son, who's 15 now, bought these when he was 13 with his probably Christmas money off Amazon or something. So he had the DVDs. I was like, I can't be mad at you because this is awesome, but you probably shouldn't be buying this at 13 2 years ago. But because it's not for kids, it's not for kids at all. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. So I've been enjoying. I watched the first season, and I'm into season 2 right now, and really, really good show. So anyway, that's a cool piece. It's a squat leaning on a pass. What do you think, Uncle Pat?
I'd say it's a squat. It's tempting only in the sense I love that show so much, but at the same time, I don't even own the seasons yet. So I feel like I got to get the actual seasons on Blu-ray to have before I start buying collectibles. But yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. What do you think, AV? You probably need to watch it first.
Yeah, I need to watch first. It's definitely a pass, but I mean, it's also a pass because it's like, when I look at these Sideshow collectibles, what really impresses me is the detail, and not it's not their fault, but the characters in the show aren't really highly detailed, so it just doesn't. It feels like this is something that should cost $20 to me, honestly. When you look at the, this looks like something you should be able to buy at Target. Something, but like this doesn't strike me as something like highly detailed.
Yeah, well, it's cool.
I think it was NECA. Somebody did some that were retail where you could buy. They were smaller.
They were like pops for. I know there's like pops out there, and fuck pops.
They weren't pops. They were like true to cartoon action figures.
And Gidgy just says just buy the Funko Pop. Just I say fuck pops, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. So I don't know. It's cool. But all right, let's keep going. I got a couple more to get to. I pulled up a bunch tonight. Maybe we won't get to all of them. We're at the hour 24 mark, and I do want to talk a little bit about our featured discussion tonight. Okay, well we got to get to this one because it is Halloween season. We got to get to this one. It's a Michael Myers deluxe figure from Collectibles.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this guy. Let's give him some love. Again, I'm not a big horror fan myself. Horror movies to me are kind of like, I like certain kinds of horror movies, sub-genres of horror movies, I should say. Like I love creature features and stuff, but slasher films aren't really my bag. It's kind of like some people like black licorice, and it's not my thing. That's kind of how I feel about slasher films. But I mean, this sort of like it looks like they're really getting down to the nitty gritty as far as Michael Myers in the series there with this figure, and pretty cool. It's obviously it's a big pass for me. But what do you think, AV?
That's fun. It's fun, but it's a pass. But yeah. If you're a fan of the series, go for it.
Yeah. What do you? And I want to go to the horror guy. I want to go to Uncle Pat. What do you think, bro?
It's funny. It's kind of a squat close to pass. For a long time, I've really wanted to. I would love to have like a good horror collection with stuff like this. I mean, I love these movies, and they're so much fun to watch, especially this time of year. And that is a well done. I mean, that looks like the good Michael Myers. Like
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very much like the original John Carpenter Halloween Michael Myers. So, I mean, I love it. Again, it's just when you talk about all this stuff, room you have, what can you buy, what can you put up. I just don't have the room or the space.
You're limited. This is
really love to.
It's a real niche kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not even more so than like, we all collect Star Wars stuff, right? Or my Masters Universe, my Transformers, right? It's just you have to. I think at the end of the day, we all have to kind of make a decision on what we're going to focus on because you can't buy it all. At least not on my pay grade. You can't buy it all, so it's just one of those things. It's like, I'd love to have a collection like that. Especially now, like Knick-Knack, he always joked it would be like, how hard it would be to date when you have like massive horror collection of collectibles, at your house. Bring girl home and she's like, sees all this blood and gore, all in your details, and
I think it would be a little awkward. Now we've talked about that. You're married though, so you're fine. But I mean,
married, let's do it.
But I mean,
also, I'd say at our age, I really don't give a shit anymore. So if a girl came over and got weirded out, I'd be like, all right, bye.
Well, you're married, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was a cool piece, and it's definitely Halloween season. I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool. I mean, obviously it's not my bag, but it is very cool. Anyway, let's get going. We got a couple more to get to. Yes. Let's do this one next. Not often do action figures give me a boner, but this is our side.
I don't remember this Alice in Wonderland.
Now, wasn't Alice in Wonderland in the Lewis Carroll novel like a child? But anyway, I'm not gonna get it. We're not gonna do this isn't a book club, so we'll save those comments. But where's the I can't find the tab to start showing this off a little bit. But yeah, anyway, this is $389 for this Alice in Wonderland figure, and yeah, it's pretty suggestive, I think. But,
I would say so.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second just to find the tab again. Damn, where'd it go?
We can have a long conversation about, when there's always this talk about, girls and portrayal of women in the comics. This is based off of, if I'm not mistaken,
there it is.
A comic book.
Wow, there it is.
Yeah.
It's a buy for me, guys.
Yeah. Very, very sophomore-ish.
Look at I do like now in defense here. I do like that Cheshire cat down there. That's pretty cool. Are you guys seeing that?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's sculpted beautifully. I will give some credit where credit's due, and it obviously has some. Uncle Pat, would you say I'd be off base if I said this had some anime influence, perhaps?
Sure. It's based off comic books. There's a comic series where they do these like the girls from fairy tales in these extremely like sexual oriented cheesecake artwork, and that's what this is. This is just taken from that.
Look at that Cheshire cat, though. It's pretty cool. And he's got a good view. You got to give him that, right?
Not really. He's looking at the underside of a freaking mushroom.
Oh, sure, of course. There's the box. There's the base art. Yeah, yeah.
What's
Oh,
that?
there's a whole line of these apparently. Anyway, okay. So anyway, it's a pass for me. But what do you think, AV Club?
Yeah.
And I just want to set up a situation for you. Now you're like hanging out. It's a normal work day. It's like a Tuesday afternoon, and you're typing away on your computer, doing whatever worky thing you do. And your beloved, beautiful wife, who I've met, she's a beautiful person, comes down and sees Alice sitting on your desk.
That's a deal
How
breaker.
would that fly?
That's what we call a deal breaker at the Orton household. That thing would quickly go into the trash.
So it's a pass.
It's a pass.
What do you think, Uncle Pat? Obviously,
All right,
I am
look.
sure it's a pass, but
It absolutely. This is the kind of shit. Look, I mean, there's a guy side of me that's like, yeah, it's kind of hot, but from a guy that's appreciated comics and all the things that I love dear, this is the kind of trash that's that's kind of destroyed the genre, right? There's like you guys have probably heard of Comicsgate and all that kind of stuff. This is the kind of shit that does it, right? It's lowest common denominator, lowbrow, smut, and I'm not, like I sound like a prude, but man, like if I want a pretty girl, there's 1,000 other ways I can get it than, like you said, taking what is a young girl in the stories.
right, she's a child.
Sexualizing her.
Yeah.
Right, she's a child.
Yes. Like this is wrong on a lot of levels. You can look at it in a pretty like, oh, that's but at the same time, man, I'm like, this Alice is a little girl. What are you guys doing? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just each his own, but last time I checked, that was called child pornography. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Well,
But again, what's the point of this? $400 for that? Who's putting that on their desk, man? Seriously.
well, there's a certain fan base that would probably like this, and I don't want to. To each their own, and we can all collect what we collect, and I don't want to. I never want to throw shade on other collectors because you know what? Not everyone wants to collect, Star Wars Hot Toys figures, and this is definitely a conversation piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to say this though. We're not throwing shade. You know what we're doing? We have our own opinion, and an opinion is not shade. If I think you're an idiot for doing something, I can have that opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean you're wrong for having the opinion, right? So I think it's just kind of like, I have a strong opinion about this, and to each his own, like you said. But shade, man, we're just talking about what we as collectors enjoy and what we think.
Dark Honest says he has a Kotobukiya Wonder Woman on his desk is what I found. And honestly, if I bought this, Disney girly girl, my wife would, she wouldn't divorce me, but I would just get endless shit for it. The shit alone wouldn't be worth it, but
you would get endless shit for that.
But so all wives are different. Paul McGrath has a very valid question though. Is she dishwasher safe? And Dark Honest says, God, you guys would lose your minds if you saw some of the Japanese figures that came out. Yeah, we actually did in the beginning of our live streams, we actually did a dirtbag figure series where we went through a lot of the anime stuff that comes out, and we talked about those too. So yeah, I know. This is actually pretty tame, actually.
And there's also a fine line between anime and hentai, so I'm just gonna throw that out there, and that's a lot of that stuff starts floating into the realm of pornography.
Yeah, well, anyway, I don't know. I think it's kind of neat, but we'll move on. I just love to talk about this. There's always different angles to collecting, and you know what? And honestly though, if you buy this, I don't equate it to pornography. I don't know. I think it's fine, but it's just not in my taste. But I definitely think it's okay. Teach their own. It's always say to each their own. Anyway, next up, guys, we've got this. This is from Fallout, the video game, and I think this is kind of cool. This is now I just lost the freaking thing again. But anyway, so here it is. And this is actually a $60 figure on Sideshow's site, which is really cool because it's actually something that's not a shitload of money. And I'm not familiar with the game Fallout, but I have a son who loves.
I was gonna say you should be familiar with it.
Yeah,
I always love that thing.
I know he talks about it incessantly. So this is really cool. This is a pass for me, but I actually am going to probably buy this for my son for Christmas because that's how much he loves it. What are your thoughts, AV? You're a gamer.
Dude, this is hard. I'm buying this. Dude, this is happening.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play the Fallout series, but I was looking at this. I was looking at Sideshow today, and I was like, I went to their stuff that was on sale, and look at the size of that thing, and it's $60 and how detailed it is, and I love robots. And then I also watched some videos of this of Liberty Prime on YouTube, and the character is awesome. I mean, he's a giant robot, and he like spews out all of this anti-communism propaganda. Basically, he was created to fight China in the video game, and he says stuff like object in the way is made of gravel, sand, and communism. And he like unleashes this huge heat ray. And then like he also has like these. If you scroll to the back, if you see the back, he's got like literally like atomic bombs, like a backpack full of atomic bombs, and he chucks them like grenades. So it's like, yeah, $60. Yeah, I'm in.
There you go, right back there.
Yeah, look at that, man. And so I mean, I watched like 15 minutes of the game, and it's like, now I'm gonna have to play the game. But yeah, $60, that's a video game, and it's huge, and it's super detailed, and I love it. Yeah,
it is pretty cool. Let me get back to the there. Yeah, you can see there on the desk there. And I gotta say, I do like that. And I mentioned this earlier in the stream. I do like that Sideshow is giving collectors some more affordable options. Everything doesn't have to be a $2,000 fucking statue.
No, yeah.
I love that that's a $60 option. So you can bring in casual collectors like yourself, AV. And I don't think you take offense for me calling you a casual collector.
No, this hit all the buttons, man. I mean, his name is Liberty Prime, and it looks like he looks like he's a cousin of the Iron Giant, and it's just like got that whole feel to it. It's like, yeah, $60. Yeah, let's do it.
That's awesome. This is awesome, guys. I want to point out to everyone in the chat and everyone watching, it's very rare to get a buy from AV Club. So everybody, it's time for a big Plastic Planet salute because we got to buy tonight. That is awesome.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good deal for what?
I think it's a great price. It's probably vinyl. It's probably not polished stone, but that's okay. Let me see. Let me just check on it really fast. Let's see what this thing is. It is considered a statue. What is it made out of? So it's 15 inches high. So it's roughly, and it's 5 pounds. So it's solid. It's solid. It's solid. I can't see the medium what it's made out of. Materials injected plastic, so basically like a vinyl statue. But dude, it's solid, dude. I think that's a great price for $60. Again, I'm probably gonna buy this, and my children don't watch my YouTube channel as they shouldn't be, so he won't know. But I'm probably gonna buy this for my gamer son, my youngest, who is just like a Fallout nut, and so is your boy, Uncle Pat. What do you think? Buy squad or pass?
I'd say it's a squat. I'll say that my boyo hasn't been playing that game so much as of late, so I don't know if I'd get it for a Christmas present, but I think it's an amazing Christmas present, and I also think AV for you to pick up. I'd say I was just complaining about price points. That to me is extremely reasonable for a 5 pound desk piece that's as big as that is. I'm game. That's awesome. That's what we should be paying. And look at the detail on that.
The detail's incredible. Again, I know nothing about Fallout, but I
don't either. I watched 15 minutes of Liberty Prime on a video just destroying shit, and it was just like him talking, and I was like, oh my god, this character is fantastic. But again, compare that to the Brick and Morty that was $100, and look at this piece, and like how much detail went into making this thing. It's like it's a steal.
Right. You can see how big it is next to the. They give you I do love that about sideshows. They always give you like scale comparisons.
Yeah.
They got a little cartoon human next to it, so you see it on a little pedestal there. It looks great. It looks great. Dark Onion's on board too, man. He says for $60, buy.
Yeah.
Look at the price point though. So there's a question. It's been discounted. So why was it discounted is maybe the question. I think $60 is the appropriate price point for this, but it was originally $100. So, I mean, I think this is a better $100 than that Rick and Morty by far. But yeah,
well, it's still a pre-order. I mean, dude, like Big Bad Toy Store has the Omega Supreme third party that's been discounted forever, and that's still a great piece. I'm still waiting on mine. It's supposed to come this month. So who knows? So you can't say that detracts from it. I don't think.
No. I was just saying that it doesn't detract anything. I think it's appropriately price pointed. It's interesting to see that they did a discount though. That's all I'm saying.
No, it is. I'm with
for $100. Would you be as stoked for that AV at 100?
Probably not. I probably wouldn't be, but
no. But this. I mean, when I was looking at the site though today, I was like, that really popped out to me. Just like I love robots. It's big. It costs as much as a brand new video game, and it's just like, yeah, that's, I know I'm going to put that on my desk right away when I get it, so it's just like, yeah, I love it. I love everything about it.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I agree. Again, I'm probably not buying it for me, but I'm going to buy it for my son for Christmas for sure. He just needs to keep his damn room clean, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's absolutely awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. We got AV to buy something tonight, guys. So again, I just can't stress that enough. Big Plastic Planet applause. You know what? No, seriously though, guys. Seriously, when you can get one by the goalie of AV, you know it's good. So everyone should be buying one of those tonight because if AV says so,
Hey, and again, I've never played the game Fallout. I just looked at a couple of videos of it, but like from the videos I saw, like watching about 10 minutes of it, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah. Brad just says he just noticed Copabot next to me. Copabot's been hanging out with us tonight. He's my boy. So yeah, I love Copabot, and I love Paul McGrath. I put that up just a second ago. He mentioned how much he loved anything robots, and I'm with him, man. Dude. I buy any. I'm a child of the 70s and 80s, so anything robots, I am so fucking in. And that's a big reason why I created Copabot, because I felt like the Plastic Planet needed its own robot. So yeah, even though he's basically a 5-gallon bucket with a Lego bucket on top, and his eyes, some insider shit for you guys. His eyes are actually, so my kids, throughout the years, my kids, Excel Energy, which is the big energy company here in our area, comes to my kids' schools every year, and they give them energy efficient take-home boxes. And they came with all these shower heads, right? And so I have like years, because I have 2 sons, so I have years of shower heads, energy efficient shower heads. I don't want to use them because I like the big Daisy shower head that just like dumps water on you like a
waterfall.
Yeah, like a tropical cascade. So I use those energy efficient shower heads as his eyes, and his mouth, his vocabulator is actually a piece to my old security system. It's actually that's a motion sensor, and there's a light bulb behind him, and then there's like Lego pieces and all kinds of shit. So anyway, sorry, I just wanted to talk about Copabot for a minute. I love Copabot. So anyway, all right, we got more to get to. Sorry, I didn't mean to take us off course.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Wait, Knick-Knack, how many beers are we on now?
Oh shit. Okay. Hang on. Let's see here. So I have, so this is a 6-pack. I have 1, 2, 3. So I'm on 3. So I'm on my 3rd, and this is how much I have left. So I'm not bad. I'm a little loopy, but I'm not bad. Not like last week when I had 9 beers.
That was different.
That was fun.
Yeah. Although these are now, a can is 12 ounces. How much is in one of these little standard bottles?
12.
Okay, so it's the same amount. Okay. So I'm not bad. Hey man, I'm doing everything, man. I'm doing the control ops here, everything. I think I'm hanging in pretty good. So
great. Yeah. I'm just curious. About this time. Last time is things started getting a little.
Things tend to go into decline in the second hour. I know.
That's interesting.
All right, so let's do just a couple more and buy squad or pass and move on to our conversation. So we're not here for 3 hours tonight. Let me go in here. Let me find a couple more pieces. I pick out a bunch, guys. And okay, here's a good one. And these are more high end. Let's just do 2 more. Let's do maybe 3 more. But anyway, so look at this one. This is I don't give a lot of Lord of the Rings love on this channel. I don't collect Lord of the Rings, but I sure respect it. And we haven't talked about Lord of the Rings too much on this channel. So anyway, this is a cave troll statue, $725. And let's take a look at this guy. Look at the detail on this. It's pretty incredible. Now, when I remember, AV Club, you and I were friends as children, and then we kind of became friends again as adults when you came and we started working together. And I remember the first time we were hanging out together as adults, you told me how much you loved Lord of the Rings. And I love Lord of the Rings. I don't know if I love Lord of the Rings, but I like it. I like it and I respect it and I understand its place. And I think Peter Jackson did a pretty solid job with those films. I don't think they're the greatest things ever put on celluloid, but I think they're pretty good. And you guys can see this is a pretty big piece. What are your guys' impression of this thing? Was this from Fellowship? Was this the thing when they were in the
like with the orcs, I think, down in the dwarves city?
Yeah, it is from Fellowship. It is from Fellowship. Yeah, when they were in like the caverns.
This is the cave troll that actually stabbed Frodo.
Right. What are your impressions? I know. Let's just get out of the way. This is a pass for all of us. I know. But what are your impressions of this piece so far?
I wish it was doing a little bit more. I would say, it's nice. It's really detailed. But I think as far as like the action it could be doing right now it could be better.
So you think you could have a better pose?
Better pose. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Fair enough. What do you think, Uncle Pat?
I mean, it's well done. It's pretty. Altogether, I'd say probably one of the more forgettable monsters, in my opinion. It was big and imposing, right? But I don't know. I guess in all fairness, with Star Wars, we have like figures and statues for just about every damn background alien in the movie, right? So I shouldn't poo-poo this one too much, but I don't know. Of all the stuff you could make a statue of, this to me is like, why? I guess is where I'm at.
It needs to be like crushing a pillar or something with that hammer.
Or killing a dwarf.
It really needs to show like what it can do. It's just dragging a club right now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and I remember this character from the movie, and this was definitely one of the highlights of the film. And if I had to pick all the Lord of the Rings movies, I would probably put Fellowship. Honestly, I actually really like the Hobbit movies too. I loved the first Hobbit movie, but I'd put probably Fellowship is probably my favorite. And I love this character design, really gorgeous. Again, not that's something I'd buy, but I think if you were a Lord of the Rings fan, you might be all over this.
I'll admit, for a second when you first brought it up, I was like, maybe it's just I've had a few beers, but I was like, is this a Harry Potter thing?
You thought it was a Harry Potter thing?
For a hot second, I was like, what the hell is this? Is this Harry Potter? Why are we talking about Harry Potter?
No, I think it's cool. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it. I just think it just struck me as an interesting piece. So I just want to talk about it. Okay, here we go.
I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan.
I know you're right, dude. It's a great series, and I like all the films, honestly.
It's funny though. Anytime Peter Jackson. I mean, when I was a kid, I read the books, right? All the books. It's funny though when every time I see this Lord of the Rings stuff, the Peter Jackson things, I just think of that conversation of like Clerks 2, with the scene where he's talking about, gay, like Hobbit love. And
he's like,
makes the one guy throw up because they're arguing about Star Wars versus Lord of the Rings.
Right. Well, there's only one return. It's not Return of the King. It's Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, and that's all I could ever think about was like that scene, and the guy like pukes, because he gets so worked up.
No shit. So anyway, all right. So I'm trying to tempt AV Club. Yeah. I'm not a Marvel guy per se. I respect and enjoy Marvel, but it's not something I collect. We all have to have our, we all have to have our stop gaps. Can't collect everything. But anyway, this is an interesting piece. This is a 2020 Toy Fair exclusive, which obviously Toy Fair, I don't know if even happened this year. But this is a transparent Iron Man. And it's like scrolling through here is kind of psychedelic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's kind of crazy, but it's a cool piece. This is a Hot Toys figure, obviously. There's all the accessories he comes with. I don't know what this is supposed to be. You could probably correct me better than anyone. It's from Iron Man 2, it looks like, but and it's $330. Oh fuck. But anyway, it's obviously a pass for me. But I just wanted to show it off and get your thoughts on it, AV Club, because you're a Marvel dude.
Yeah. No, I love Iron Man, and I love Marvel. It's a pass. It's it doesn't really grab me. It's nice, but I've seen better Iron Man figures on Sideshow and other sites too. This one doesn't grab me.
Uncle Pat just got a text.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay, brother. That's
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Just letting everyone know that there wasn't a random child in the chat or something. Anyway, what are your thoughts, Uncle Pat, while you're reading your text, if you don't mind?
Well, I'll say this: the Hot Toys Iron Man suits that they've done are fantastic. If I was a huge Iron Man fan, you definitely have to have some of them. And I'll say this, AB, that this one, not so much, but they do have some pretty amazing sets that I think are still available. And if you really wanted a nice, like you got the one that's coming, but if you really wanted a nice sort of full armor set, which an amazing piece that would just sort of stand there like a statue, you wouldn't be bad getting one of these. They've got pretty much every version of the Iron Man.
So Hot Toys, like there's a joke there's a joke with Hot Toys that they either make clone troopers or Iron Men,
Yeah.
because it's the classic repaint,
Or apparently Mandalorians now too. So
Well, that's going to be the next thing. Yeah, Mandalorians for sure. All right, let's do one more, guys, and let's move on. Okay, here's another one. This is another one that might. Okay, we got two more, and then we'll move on. I just want to do these two more. So this is something I could also probably maybe tempt AV Club with, because he's he's a big Marvel guy, and I just love to get his opinions on these things. This is it looks like it's a 3-pack, $110. Again, 1/12, so it's 1/12 scale, so it's pretty small, as you guys can see from the scaling there on Sideshow's site here. But I just like to get AV Club's opinion on these things. Again, I'm not a big Marvel guy, but would this be something you might consider getting?
I was thinking,
you can see how big it is with the apple there.
Dude, I this past Christmas I played the Spider-Man game on the PS4, and it's incredible. It's on par with Batman Arkham Asylum, and so and the costume that Spider-Man has in that set is what he primarily has in that game, and it was a phenomenal game, and I'd buy this and put it on top of my PS4. I'd seriously consider. It's a squat right now, but it's a serious consider.
So you like this a lot. Again,
I like it a lot.
I love that Sideshow is kind of getting some stuff on their site that is more in tune to casual collectors like yourself. I think that's great.
And they're coming out with the sequel to Spider-Man Miles Morales game with the launch of the PS5. So I'm really into the Spider-Man video game a lot. It's really, really a great video game.
Yeah, so this would look good on your TV stand at home, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put it right there. That's a good deal, man. $110. As far as in my opinion, I think that's a really good deal.
Yeah, it's PVC, no, sorry, it's from PCS Collectibles. I'm sure they're PVC figures or vinyl, but they're really cool. Let me just check just to make sure, just so I don't give out false information here. They are let's see here, 6 foot. So we saw how big they are. What are they made out of? I hate when they don't put the medium right up front, what medium they're made out of. Right up front, and I'm kind of getting toasty, so I'm having a hard time reading. But I'm going to assume that this is probably vinyl, but still very pretty. Very pretty. What are your thoughts, Uncle Pat?
Yeah, so this is from the video game. These designs.
Is he?
He might be breaking up a little bit.
Maybe he's glitching up a little bit on us.
Yeah.
It's from the video game, you said.
Yeah. No, I mean I love the character designs. They're great looking. For
Sorry.
sure.
No, you're good now.
Oh,
You're good now. Don't touch anything. You're good now. Yeah. No, it's very cool. It's very cool. I'm glad it's a squat for you though, man. I think
Okay.
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now. So anyway, let's go. Let's do one.
No, that's it's a strong consider. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, let's do one more, guys. One more, and then we'll move on to our topic tonight because we're almost at the 2-hour mark, and so we'll try to keep this stream under 2.5 hours. So we'll try to run through this one more piece, and this is really critical, guys. And I think this is going to be a buy for all of us and everyone in the chat as well. I just don't think anyone could say no to this at all. And
Let me punchline.
Yeah, let me find it. Here it is. Yeah, this looks just incredible. Look at this. I don't know what they're going for here because I'm a huge Star Trek fan, but this is an instant pass for me. I get the joke. Maybe there's a joke here. Maybe there's an internet meme or meme or something that this is supposed to be attached to. I don't know. But anyway, this is James T. Kirk Cat. And he comes with, actually, the command chair looks pretty respectable.
Yeah, well, the cat looks pretty nice too.
I mean, it's good sculpt. It's cool. Look at that. I mean, it's kind of cool. I just can't get behind this.
That's about as niche as it gets. Is like, you're looking for somebody that's really into Star Trek and really into cats.
This is like for the Star Trek. This is like really for the. This is really for like the Star Trek fan that already has everything.
It loves cats.
Yeah, maybe. So
it loves cats.
It's a pass for me. What do you think, Uncle Pat?
You have to ask me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll just Anyway, that was it. That's all I had. Let's get on to our featured conversation tonight. We're at the 1 hour 56 mark. By spoiler pass took a little longer than I thought it would tonight, so we might have to truncate this a little bit. But I did tease that we wanted to talk about 80s sci-fi here on the Plastic Planet because obviously 80s sci-fi is a huge part of all of our childhoods, and that's really probably what is probably the cornerstone of what makes us collectors. Really, is probably 80s sci-fi to a certain degree. I wanted to pull up and play for you guys a little YouTube video real fast. Now it's not going to be with sound, I don't think, but and I don't think I want to play the sound honestly. But let me just go to the share screen and just sort of kind of make the sort of give you guys a little bit of an ambiance here to what our topic is. And this is from a Kickstarter documentarian. And if you feel so inclined, I actually shared this on Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet's Facebook page. I'm not a big fan of Kickstarter projects, but this is, if you feel inclined to go support these guys, more power to you. I'm going to show off the trailer to their documentary that they are currently working for. And again, this is a Search for Tomorrow, the definitive 80s sci-fi documentary. And let me give the YouTube name since we're going to play them a little bit, just to you guys. This is New Retro Wave. That's all one word. Go to their site if you're so inclined, and there's links to their Kickstarter here. But they have this. They're currently working on this this really killer. This really killer documentary series about 80s sci-fi, and just as a caveat into what we're talking about tonight. Again, if I'm ever going to show someone's work on this live stream, I definitely need to credit them. And so this looks really, really cool. And this just sort of this is the epiphany or epitaphy of the 80s sci-fi guys. I've had to. Yeah. But anyway, as we're watching this, let's just talk a little bit about 80s sci-fi. Yeah, he's got everything on here, and I think they're really diving into what it meant from a cultural standpoint and everything. But as we get into this, real fast, I sent you guys over notes earlier in the show, before the show tonight, and maybe you've had time to talk about it a little bit. But AV Club, what is your favorite 1980s or 70s sci-fi movie? Let's just exclude Star Wars from this because for me, Star Wars is a given, but let's just, what would be your favorite 80s sci-fi film or 70s sci-fi film?
I know it's cheesy, but it's Flash Gordon.
Okay.
You know, when I was when we lived in Corvallis, Oregon, and I was in I remember every day I would come home from school in kindergarten, and we had a VCR, which was rare at the time, and we had Flash Gordon and Star Wars, and I would rotate those every single day after school. I would play one of them, every day, for like a year straight. So, like in the movie Ted, when he gets to meet, his hero Flash Gordon in the movie, and he has all those feelings, I totally identified with that. It's just like it was such a happy part of my, of that time in my life, watching Flash Gordon, and so I just I love Flash Gordon. I know it's a total cheese fest. I didn't at the time. I didn't know it was like, intentionally cheesy for a long time until probably I was like 11 or 12, but up until that point I was like, this is awesome. I love Flash Gordon. So yeah, no, Flash Gordon, pure nostalgia factor for me. That's it.
I love it. Have you guys ever seen like Ted, the movie Ted, with
Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg, when he's hanging out with Ted, and they're having beers and they're talking about Flash Gordon, and he talks about how like Flash Gordon, if it was today, would be Tom Brady. It's just funny shit. It's just funny shit. What do you think, Uncle Pat? What's your favorite 80s sci-fi, 70s or 80s sci-fi film?
I mean, I would say, and maybe this is the easier answer, but Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan.
Ooh, good choice.
That one stands strong, and it almost stands stronger than in some ways Star Wars for me. It's such an emotional movie, right? With just great performances, great Kirk overacting. The Shat doing his thing, and and in the end with Kirk and Spock, man. Every time I watch that, I tear up. Like, they're just that ultimate friend moment, and it's got everything in it, man. From the weird little aliens and the ears to just, I don't know. I could go on and on about it.
I think if Star Trek 2, if we didn't have Star Trek 2, I think they would have stopped Star Trek after that.
Good possibility.
Because I think that really made Star Trek mainstream to the public. That movie itself, I think it was
think about that first Star Trek motion picture, right? How much of a departure. As cool as that was, the two movies are so different.
Totally different.
Bit of feel from. So, yeah. I
will say is I always thought just we were going to do a Star Trek discussion tonight. We probably will do that at some point. I always thought, honestly, like watching Star Trek the motion picture through a more mature like lens after I've watched the original series over and over again. I almost thought Star Trek the motion picture was like an extension more so of the original series almost. And Star Trek 2 actually felt more theatrical to me, if that makes any sense.
Oh, it totally does. It totally does. I think I remember seeing the original Star Trek as a kid, and it was, again, it wasn't accessible to a lot of the public, I would say. But Star Trek 2 hit all the notes.
I think it flowed in line a lot more with like 2001, Space Odyssey. Right, it was way more like intellectually science fiction than it was action, adventure.
Right, but it also had that mystery element that you saw a lot in a lot of episodes of the original series. It had a mystery element, like you didn't know what the fuck V'ger was until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Right. But it was very slow.
Yeah,
like 2001 was it was cinematic. They were trying. I don't know what the director was going for.
Yeah.
But I always felt like it was more. It was less like I want to engage the audience, and more like I want to just blow your minds with this long, beautiful, slow.
There was a lot of. Not to interrupt you, but Soundwave NL Roy is in the house. Just want to give a big awesome. We love having Roy. He's in the Netherlands, and it's like 5 a.m. there or some shit. So whenever he joins us, it's awesome. So thanks, Roy, for hanging out. I just wanted to give you a thumbs up. And Mark Pearson's in the house too, man. How you doing, buddy? So we love having Mark here as well. So really cool. And Mark Paul McGrath says Aliens is in second place. I love Aliens too. But yeah, no, Star Trek
better than Alien or Aliens.
He says Aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Well, no, from your guys' opinion, what's better, Alien or Aliens?
Two different films.
Very different, much like Star Trek, the motion picture, and
Wrath of Khan. No, Aliens is an action film. Alien is a edge of your seat, gritty sci-fi thriller, right?
It's more horror than the second one was in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. My favorite, I can't nail one down. Obviously, it's always going to be like Empire Strikes Back, but I didn't want it. But Star Wars isn't on the docket. Can't say Star Wars because it's just it's just a given for me. I don't know, man. I kind of agree with Uncle Pat. Star Trek 2 is so huge for me.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you on that one. But honestly, like if I'm going from like a pure nostalgic kind of thing, Star Trek 2 really wasn't a part of my childhood. I didn't get into Star Trek until I was much older. And so, I don't know. I might almost say, and this is, guys might laugh at me, Last Starfighter. I loved The Last Starfighter as a kid. Saw that in the theaters in 1984 in the old downtown. Both of you guys are Fort Collins, Colorado guys, so you guys might know, in the old College Avenue Theater down there in Fort Collins.
University Mall.
No, not University Mall.
Campus West?
It was right off the Colorado State campus.
Campus West. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's on that whole drag down there in old town Fort Collins, and saw it there, and movie blew my mind, man. I mean, it wasn't Star Wars, but it blew my mind. And that was one of the first films that actually was like all the special effects were CG driven, which was really, and now you look back at The Last Starfighter and it looks kind of chintzy, but at the time it was really cutting edge. And the soundtrack in The Last Starfighter is so pump you up, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Awesome, man. Yeah. No, I like The Last Starfighter quite a bit.
Seriously,
Too.
like when Alex Rogan goes back to Earth after he's defeated the fucking whatever they were, the evil Federation or whatever, and he goes back to Earth and he lands in the trailer park as this area is right there. He lands in the trailer park as this hero, and his girlfriend is hot. I remember the actress's name. God, she was hot. I had such a crush on her. And he lands, and he's so triumphant, and his mom's like so proud of him. And it's like such a moment. I just love that scene when he lands and he takes his girlfriend back up, and he's got the guy that looks like he's got a waffle for his face for his friend, and that's cool.
Hey, how can you hate on a gamer saving the galaxy?
That's right. No, totally cool. Where do you guys think Ghostbusters fits in all this? They just showed Ghostbusters here. Is that really sci-fi, or what is Ghostbusters?
I don't think it fits into what we're talking about.
Well, remember science fiction, right? Anything based around it's advancement of science, right? And there's ghosts, but they're neutron packs. That's science. So from the definition, they'd fit in. Though truists might say stuff more along the lines of like you said, The Last Starfighter, outer space.
Yeah.
Right. But what I've been watching as we've been talking, right? Seeing all the various movies these guys are showing, and even shitty ones like Mac and Me.
Right.
Which, if you guys want to kick, watch the
Red Roll.
Mystery Science Theater 3000 on Netflix right now. They did Mac and Me.
In the Gauntlet.
Oh.
The Gauntlet.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Mac and Me. It's good. It is good.
How about Tron? I know Knick-Knack loves Tron.
I hate Tron.
I fucking love Tron, man.
Tell me why you love Tron, and I'll tell you why I hate it, and we'll have a polite discussion.
Okay. One of the things that I loved about it was the different visual, right? It's like from going into the game world, just that different visual take that they used at the time was, I thought, really cool. That sort of I don't know how to sort of describe it, right? But that the reds and the blues, right? The good and the bad, and they're all sort of like energy. I just sort of dug that whole feel. And when I was a kid, it was just one of those things that fit in the movie. Like it didn't drag me down. I liked Black Hole a lot, but I also loved that flick. And just because when I was a kid, I loved video games, and I think that was part of it too. It was like, oh, you could go in the video game. And I remember even the tie-ins they had, like you could play the cycle game, I think, at the arcade, or the game you fly through, and they'd have the big things that would come in and like shift their pillars inward to crush you or whatnot. So I don't know. I just had a lot of good memories. I had the toys when I was a kid too. I had the figures. They glue in the dark. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a. Oh, it's because it really pushed a. It was just a fun. Tied into something as a kid. I loved video games at the time. And I think that's what spoke to me.
You have more of a nostalgic view of it. That's fair, dude. That's fair, dude. I don't know, man. I just remember like going over to a friend's house, and I sort of like make this in my last video, although it's just through another character's point of view that I'm playing in my last video. But I just remember like being really disappointed in the whole concept of that film, because to me it was like you have outer space, which is big, vast, and like infinite. And then Tron just felt claustrophobic to me, felt limited, and just felt weird. I don't know, man. It just wasn't my bag as a kid, and I've never been a fan of that franchise as an adult even. I've even tried to watch the original Tron as an adult and try to view it through more mature eyes. When I saw it as a kid, I was just like, why are we watching fucking Star Wars? But, and that's fair. That was my bias as a 9-year-old kid.
You know what would be better than this? Star Wars.
Yeah, no, totally.
You knew what you wanted to watch. You weren't like, you wanted to watch Star Wars. You didn't want to watch.
Yeah, it just was never something I was into. That's all. I don't know, man. And dude, I was always reluctant to watch other things as a kid. Because I was so biased on Star Wars as a kid. But just Tron just never tickled my fancy. What was your feelings on Tron, AV?
I similar. The original, it didn't click with me, man. It just, I don't think I was ever right in the right mood to watch it. But then the Tron Legacy that came out in 2010, I think, I liked that quite a bit. I thought Jeff Bridges, the CGI they did for Jeff Bridges was a little off. They didn't quite nail it, but it was still pretty cool. And I think it was like what they were trying to accomplish. I thought they finally accomplished what they were trying to do in the original, as far as like creating that world. And I thought it was pretty interesting.
Fair. What was your feelings on V when that came out? You guys remember V? You remember the miniseries? That was theatrical, but it was on TV.
Yeah.
I recently watched V as an adult. I never watched V as a kid because the thought just scared the shit out of me, with people like getting their face ripped off and their fucking like iguanas underneath. It scared the shit out of me as a kid. But I watched V as an adult and I really enjoyed it. It was campy as shit. But what are your feelings on V, Uncle Pat?
That's what I loved about it, was the horror aspect of that sci-fi, right? That the aliens come to Earth and they're our friends. And it was representative of the government too, right? It's we should trust them. Look, they're here to help us. And the reality is they're lizard people that are eating us. Right. I mean, right? It's like those scenes with they eat the mice and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
As a kid, that blew my mind. That was on TV, man. That was right in my theater. You were seeing like this was like hardcore horror sci-fi in a lot of ways. Right there on regular, because there's a miniseries on TV. I loved that shit. It was awesome.
What do you remember about VAV?
No, exactly the same thing. It was just kind of like seeing it as like 8 or 9-year-old and just seeing the queen lizard like eating a parakeet or something. It was just like, oh my God.
It traumatized me. I was such a pussy as a kid. I don't know.
But then like, thinking about it today, like basically the vegetarian lizards helping the humans at the end of the series too, in the resistance of overthrowing them. But no, it was a fun series. I mean, it wasn't the guy who played Beastmaster the lead in that show?
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So I mean, it was fun. Yeah.
No, totally. All right, so I got some questions. Let's just go through these real fast. So, what outside of like say Star Wars, what movie had the best like spaceships or technology that you just thought were cool as a kid? And I'll go to Uncle Pat first. The best spaceships or technology.
I mean, that's tough because there's so many good examples, right? I mean, you have Star Wars and Star Trek, obviously. The stuff from Aliens, I always liked because it was. I always liked it when we got something that was a bit more edgy, right? It wasn't just like a flying ship. Like, I mean, I'm not going to knock Last Starfighter because I do love that movie, but that's kind of your quintessential spaceship, right? I always loved Aliens because it was all industrial and big, and it was blocky, just large shapes, which you wouldn't think of like taking off out of like a fighter plane, right? So when they started pushing boundaries, I think movies like that, Blade Runner, which is showing right now, I kind of dug. Those weren't spaceships, but
Yeah.
there was flying cars and that technology.
Yeah.
When it went away from, I always liked it best when it went away from kind of what you'd expect, right? Dune's another example.
Dune's a weird movie.
It's very weird, but
David Lynch is a weird dude.
Stuff in that, they're like all different types and shapes, and the various ships and how they work. And that's what I love, man. When you start going like off the deep end, that's the kind of sci-fi I dig, because you take what your expectations are and sort of throw them out the window. But still, it's explainable enough that it still remains science fiction, right? As opposed to maybe science fantasy. So,
right. What do you think, AV Club? What was your favorite like sci-fi ship that wasn't like from Star Wars?
I was thinking about that, and I think it was Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because it's just like it was like that really felt like something completely alien. It was like this liquid metal ship basically that could change shapes, for whatever purpose it was trying to accomplish.
Yep.
It would get super sleek, when it wanted to go like supersonic or however fast it was going, and then it would go into like a cruising mode. It would like spread out, So I thought that was really interesting. I mean, it was a kind of a silly movie, but I mean, it was still like the ship was awesome. That was the selling point to go see the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree. That was unique. I really liked. I'm going to be kind of lame on this one, but my favorite like ships in any sci-fi series are actually probably Star Trek, and I've always if I had to pick, there's always that thing with like Star Wars or Star Trek. How can you be a fan of both? And if you actually say that, you're an ignoramus, because Star Trek and Star Wars are two completely different things. One is science fiction, one is science fantasy, and they're very different. I've never liked people that actually have said that, not personally disliked them, but you know what I'm saying. I've never liked that argument. But I always like the ships in Star Trek better. Like I love the Star Trek Enterprise or the Starship Enterprise, and I always loved that design of the refitted Enterprise in the 1979 film moving forward throughout the 80s. I love that ship design a lot. I loved in Star Trek 3 when we're first introduced to the Klingon bird of prey.
Bird of prey.
Which is just awesome. It's just fucking awesome. The first person that actually like got me thinking about Star Trek was you, AV. You don't remember this, but you actually like told me the whole like plot of Star Trek 3 before Star Trek was even on my radar, and told me how cool it was and how cool the ending was when they rescued Spock, and Spock comes up to Kirk and says, my father tells me you've been my friend. So fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So fucking good. And
that was a great movie. Yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah, go ahead.
And the fact that in Star Trek 3 they had the balls to blow up the Enterprise, so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, from just like ship.
What have I done?
Yeah, no, totally. My God, Bones, what have I done? What you've always had to do, Jam. Turn death in a fighting chance to live. So it's so good, man. So good. And you know what? I mean, we'll do a Star Trek show later on. But I mean, my feelings on the Star Trek ship designs go back to the 1960s, not just to the 80s, 70s.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I love the ship design. I love the technology and ship designs in Star Trek, probably more than Star Wars. And if I had to pick one or the other, if I had to say, I'd probably pick Star Wars or Star Trek. But I always love the ship designs in Star Trek better. So let's go on. What about best aliens? What movie like had the best character designs for aliens that's not Star Wars? I'm going to start with you, AV, if you can go.
Yeah, Predator.
Predator. Yeah. Good. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Predator, Predator and Aliens is a close second to me, but I mean, the Predator really was like, as far as like the time of my life when I saw it and everything, that appealed to me. It was cool. It was just like, oh my God, he can turn invisible. Oh my God, he's got like claws like Wolverine. Oh my God, he's got like a shoulder mounted laser. It's just he's super strong, and it's just like he's just he's a monster, but he's like got all these incredible powers. And he's the perfect perfect hunter. And it was just it was such a leap from I think most sci-fi aliens at the time.
Yeah.
And I anytime I'm such a sucker, even though like the last couple Predator movies I haven't really cared for too much.
They're shit. They're total shit.
Yeah,
well, I will say Predators was pretty good with Uncle Pat. You and I saw that in the theater.
With Adrian Brody.
Yes,
yeah,
that's a pretty good movie.
That was cool. That was a good nod back to the original Predator. But like the most recent one with Thomas Jane, that sucked.
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, it was bad, but it was just like I gladly still paid my my $10 on demand to watch that thing. So I'll anytime they make one of those, I'll still check it out.
Yeah. Sure. How about you, Uncle Pat? I want to hear your answer on this because I bet it's gonna be pretty cool. No pressure, but
no, not at all. It's pretty. I mean, I think I'd say honorable mention, right? You can't not talk about aliens. That character, and I would say Alien. Right?
The xenomorph is incredible.
The xenomorph is incredible.
Who's that? Was that Stan Winston that designed that?
H.R. Geiger.
Okay, thank you.
Right. He did that. He also did. His art is crazy to look at in the first place. His designs on that movie, the Alien, Xenomorph, but also Species, right? If you guys remember the Species movie.
I remember Species.
Oh yeah.
It does that. But the alien designs there were also from his Geiger's work as well. So it's honorable mention. Those are incredible. But one of my favorites of all time, and it's really silly. AV, you're talking about like all the amazing like the Predator and Critters. If you guys remember the movie Critters, little fur balls, right? Big teeth, mouths and teeth, just eat and roll, and then they turn into the giant critter,
like demonic
lines out of their back, to like immobilize their prey. Like that movie is cheesy and goofy. It is sci-fi, and then the bounty hunters are fun in that as well, right? They're just sort of they imprint on somebody. They just look like big blobs of nothing, but then they imprint on somebody to take their faces. Just the design is so simple, right? But it goes so far away from complex, like the Geiger stuff, right? Which is so detailed and viscous and and like you could almost cuddle a critter, but they're vicious in their like just how they designed the face and the eyes, and they're little puppets, but they I don't know, they have a lot of characters.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna throw out a conspiracy theory in Hollywood. I think Furbies ripped off Critters. I'm serious, man. No, Critters is awesome. I have really fond memories of watching Critters on syndicated late night television. As a kid, I never saw it theatrically. It wasn't something I rented in a movie, in VHS from a rental store, but it was something I watched on TV in syndication. With commercials, interruptions, and edited, and probably watered down from the original experience. But I have fond memories of sitting up late at night on a Saturday night in the middle of the summer watching Critters on like the old WGN.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, totally. I totally appreciate Critters. My favorite aliens, and I totally lost track of what I was going to say because of you're awesome. You just kind of beat me. But I would have to say it's not an alien, but I loved the T-800 endoskeleton from the first Terminator film. Just absolutely loved that. That was so cool. And I remember the first time I watched Terminator was with AV here. And we were like 11 years old, and we stayed the night at a mutual friend. It was actually one of your friends. I didn't really know him that well, but I stayed the night over there at his house, and he was had a broken family, and he had had a stepdad that didn't give, or a dad that didn't give a fuck what we were doing. And we were watching, you know who I'm talking about. And we were watching the first Terminator, and this is the first rated R movie I ever watched. And first of all, the two things I remember was one, Linda Hamilton's boobs, and two, the T-800 endoskeleton at the end. Just so cool. When that semi blows up and they think they're saved, and she's trying to pick up what's his name? What's that?
Michael Biehn.
Yeah, well, yeah. Kyle Reese. She's like, come on, Kyle, it's okay, we're fine, we're safe. And then just like this scrap metal falls down from the side of the truck and it just walks up and it's all and it just starts walking towards them. And that was really unflattering on my end. But anyway, it starts walking towards them. It's just so badass. And the stop motion there, and it's choppy. You look at it now, but still so cool. So cool. I don't know if that was a Stan Winston creation. I keep wanting to name drop him because he was like a special effects guy from the 80s, but I don't know if he worked on that one, but really, really cool. So that sticks out to me. The endoskeleton from Terminator 2. Okay. So
before we move on, I do have one other.
No, please do. Go ahead.
Mention, and that is from the alien in the movie The Thing.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of people consider as just horror, right? But it's a sci-fi movie. The Thing is an alien organism, right? The spaceship crashes on Earth. He's trying to get back to his spaceship. But I mean, think about the just disgusting monster designs that they ultimately came up with for that movie, right? If they could take a human body and twist it in whichever direction.
Oh yeah.
I remember that movie gave me nightmares when I was younger. I can't remember the first time I saw it, but just the creativity of coming up with a design of something so horrible, but it's all from things we recognize, right?
Right.
At the end of the day. So
that's good.
That's right.
That's a good point, man. It's a good point.
One more thing. I will say one really speaking of Predator, one massive geek moment I had as a kid was in Predator 2 when Danny Glover's on the ship, the Predator ship, fighting.
And then you see the xenomorph skull in there.
Yeah, you see the xenomorph. I didn't know it was called a xenomorph at the time, but I remember sitting there with three of my friends in junior high watching that and that's an alien. That's an alien. He killed an alien. We had to make sure there was a couple other friends that weren't in the room and they were like, no. And we're like, no, look, he killed an alien. So it was just it was such an awesome tie-in. It was the ultimate Easter egg at that age. It was just
totally was.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I love Brad from One Man Toy Show. Best 80s Alf. I loved Alf, dude.
Yeah.
No problem. Hey Willie. Yeah, I love that show, dude. I was hooked on that show. I remember when I was a kid. My dad was kind of telling me how dumb that show was, and I was like, well, Dad, it's smarter than Mr. Ed was from when you were a kid. At least Alf's more realistic than a talking horse. So I really stuck it to him on that one.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah. Oh man. So real quick, let's try to bang these out because we don't want to be here all night. Okay, so what movie overall from that era do you think, besides Star Wars, had the best special effects? I'm going to start with Uncle Pat if I'm not putting you on the spot, man.
I'm going to kind of go with that's a tough one.
It is tough.
One that sticks in my mind though is Dune.
Dune, okay.
Talking about Dune. I mean, it was a very visual, maybe between that and Blade Runner. They were very visual movies, and it relied a lot actually, right? Because their stories, their plots were a bit slow, and you had weird shit going on. So they relied heavily on their special effects to set those environments, right? And they're also so foreign from what we're used to today. So I'd say Dune's probably the biggest one for me, just because I remember being blown away when I watched that movie. As weird as it is, I can watch it just because it's so pretty.
It is crazy. It's pretty too.
At that time, right? When those special effects were done.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think? What do you think, AV?
All right. Well, this is kind of getting away from our, outer space talk, but the Abyss. I mean, that came out in 1989, I believe.
Yeah, it's a little late in the game, but
but that was
valid.
That was a big jump when I saw that movie. As far as special effects, to me, it was just like the scene when they had the aliens were communicating with the water and they were replicating their faces with the water. I was just like, Jesus,
cool.
this is really, I mean, this is really impressive. You can tell like the different faces like that is trying to emulate, and it was just like, it felt real, and so I felt like that was a huge leap in special effects.
Yeah,
that was the time, absolutely right. That was the start of a lot of CG.
That was start of CG, yeah.
Yeah.
What they were doing with water effects in that movie was just off the charts.
Nuts.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I gotta say, best special. Did I say mine yet? I don't know. I want to say. I don't know if this is sci-fi. It might be more fantasy. Legend. Legend was an incredibly beautiful film
with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. It's more.
Yeah.
It's more fantasy than sci-fi.
That's a fantasy movie for sure.
Okay. Well, fuck. Okay. So I'll. Okay. So
That's Tim Curry.
Yeah, it's a beautiful movie, dude.
You get an incomplete grade.
It's a beautiful freaking movie, man. I don't want to say I don't want to say like ET because that's Spielberg and that's I don't know, man. I don't know.
Special effects in that weren't all that.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing special about the special effects in that.
Yeah, but ET is so lifelike.
Yeah, but it's a puppet.
That's true. That's true. I'm having a hard time with this question myself. Honestly, you guys had better answers than I did.
What would you say if we put? Would you just say Star Wars if that was allowable?
Star Wars is the gold standard, but that's not fair because that's the gold standard.
I also think Total Recall, even though it was 1990, it's right there on the edge too. I thought that was pretty significant as far as special effects as well.
Total Recall was legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Total Recall was legit. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so one, I can't even think of one, man. I would maybe Black Hole was pretty fucking awesome, but that was 1979. It looked really awesome, especially for the time. I love the scene when the meteors are hitting the ship and they're like trying to get off that catwalk and that meteorite is rolling towards them. Really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I thought that the special effects in that, like you said, for the time period, that was the strong part of that movie. I mean, that's what I love about that flick was the robots, the character design, the ship design.
Yeah, I mean the fact that they had robots that were literally like supposed to be, hovering the whole time was really well done.
They did a great job of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can throw that one out there. That one's definitely in the ring for.
So I got a Black Hole in there.
Underrated movie.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Okay, so just best overall favorite sci-fi film from that era. I'll go first. RoboCop. I love fucking RoboCop. Yeah, it's my favorite probably non-Star Wars sci-fi film from that era, and there's a lot of them I love. It's like it's a hard decision to make, but the original RoboCop was just so fucking good. And I remember watching that in my buddy's basement, and seeing the scene when the one bad guy gets, he's trying to run over RoboCop at the end there when they're in the industrial works, and he plows into because everything is toxic waste in the 80s, and he plows into the big barrel of random toxic waste there. And
I love that RoboCop takes place in 1997.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, totally.
One of my favorite things. It's like, man, everything's really gone to shit.
Yeah, I know. And it's so funny because the 90s turned out to be a pretty fucking good decade.
I know, but it's like 10 years from now, it's like, wow, they really don't have high hopes for Detroit, do they?
Yeah, no. Totally.
But yeah, to your point though, yeah, RoboCop's awesome.
Yeah, no, I love RoboCop so much. Yeah. How about you, AV? What's your favorite sci-fi film of the era?
Yeah, it's gotta be Predator.
Nice.
It's just like it's similar to RoboCop. It's just got so many awesome quotable lines in it. The cast is amazing. Arnold, Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura. I think it's that and Die Hard are like my favorite 80s movies probably. As far as like 80s action movies that whenever they're on, I'll just turn. I mean, I just think they're perfect.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, everything about Predator I love. You know, and it's just you know, I mean, me and Knick-Knack, we have a coworker, and we still in meetings recite lines from Predator all the time. You
We
know,
do.
yeah, you know, it's great. Like, you know, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just stuff like that all the time. Stick around, you know, it's
Yeah.
just it's fucking great, man. So yeah, Predator.
Yeah. Both Ed 5, Dan Under Danny says Back to the Future, and so does One Man Toy Show. And I didn't even think of Back to the Future. Fuck, that totally throws up my my list. I don't know, man. Back to the Future is awesome too. How about you, Uncle Pat? What's your favorite?
It's like I said earlier, it's Wrath of Khan.
Yep.
You know, I grew like I think maybe unlike you, Nick. That guy, you know, when I was little, I remember going to the library and watching, you know, The Trouble with Tribbles on freaking film strip. You know, my mom would be upstairs looking at, you know, whatever we watched. But she was the one that introduced me to Trek, and it was always our thing. Like her and I, we watched the classic, we watched Next Generation. If it was Trek, we watched Deep Space Nine, right? Whatever it was, didn't matter. We watched it, and so there be having that special spot to me. It also, again, like I said, man, it's just that it really brings out like your connection. At least for me, always brought the connection to those characters out. So when they did kill Spock at the end, it was like holy shit, emotional, and that's why I think to this day I get emotional about it. Like when I watch it, it's the characters were so like you could connect with them, and you understood that bond. And I don't know that you had to watch all the seasons of Star Trek to get that. They did such a good job of like connecting the actors did the story. Ricardo Montalban, holy fuck!
Dude, that's his greatest performance ever.
The guy's a legend. So yeah, I do that for forever. That's like, and it's funny because and for me, that might even rate higher than some Star Wars movies. Sometimes it just depends on my mood, but it's so emotional, it's so powerful.
So good.
That I can't. Yeah, it's my number one.
It's so good. It's so good.
So many good moments.
It's so good, man. It's so good, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. Star Trek is like if you go like IPs, like I got Star Wars, and then like probably Star Trek's number 2, and so it's Wrath of Khan's up there for me too as well. Yeah, really good shit. I don't know, man. It's so hard to rank these. But anyway, yeah, that's it, man. Well, we are at the 2-hour 40 mark. We're gonna wrap this live stream up, guys. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. We were gonna do Pop Culture Book Club, but we'll get to that next week, or not next week, but in 2 weeks. We'll play catch up on that. What we've all been streaming and watching. We just don't have time tonight. I don't want this to drag on to 3 hours. But anyway, I just want to thank everyone in the chat for joining us tonight. Every single one of you guys. You guys make this show. I want to thank all my subscribers. You guys make this just worthwhile for me. If it wasn't for my subscribers, I wouldn't do videos because it would just be, me literally like, masturbating over collectibles. It'd be boring. So I just, figuratively, of course. But you guys are just fucking awesome. All my subscribers, you guys are fucking awesome. And thank you everyone for joining us tonight and hanging with us. Cause I know on the East Coast of the United States, it's like almost 2 a.m. It's only 11:30 here in the mountain time zone here in Colorado, but I know it's late for you guys. So really do appreciate you guys and appreciate all you guys hanging out with us tonight. It's just you guys make this live stream, and I want to thank my panel. You guys are great. AV Club, any closing thoughts?
No, not too much. I mean, I was just gonna save a lot of stuff for next time, but this is another great session, and thanks everyone for sticking around and hanging out with us tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. How about you, Uncle Pat? Any final thoughts?
Not too much. Obviously, thanks to everybody for joining and listening to us. And my bros here to bullshit about all of our nerdy hobbies. And I really hope that the next time we all get on this, we have a little, even though it might be out of your comfort zone, Knick-Knack, a little horror discussion.
We are doing horror. We're doing a horror. We're going to do a Halloween special in 2 weeks. So do tune in for that. And Dark Onan, you live in Hawaii. You fucking suck. 7:38 Hawaii time. And it's 4 p.m. down under in Port Augusta, Australia. I think I said that right. But anyway, and guys, just to get a little tune up, here is our egg, and it is getting softer. Oh, look, he leaks.
Leaking.
He's leaking.
This is the worst Jurassic Park movie ever.
So I'll give you guys an update on our. Of course, we started this at the beginning of the show. This is our dinosaur egg, and we are going to hatch him here on the Plastic Planet. We started this earlier. I'll give you guys updates. If you don't follow me on Facebook, please do at Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet on Facebook. You guys can follow me there, and I'll give you guys updates on our new Jurassic mascot here to join Copabot here on the Plastic Planet. We're hatching him now, and he's incubating in this cup of water. So anyway, yeah, I promised an update before the end of the stream, and there you go. So yeah, anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Once again, everyone in the chat, you guys make this, and everyone watching this on repeat, if you've watched this long, fuck, you're awesome. Love you guys so much, and I love my panel. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, this was a good show tonight, guys. And again, we'll get to our top pop culture book report next time. We just kind of ran out of time tonight. 2 hours 40 minutes too long. So anyway, I'll wrap it up. Anyways, once again, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please like, share, comment. Please do subscribe to the Plastic Planet. And until next time, guys, life is oh so very, very, very short. So get out there and fill it with some
Plastic crap.
Plastic crap.
plastic crap. All right, guys. Again, later. Love ya. Bye.
Later, guys.
Later, guys.